And welcome back, my most intrepid of adventurers. Last we left off, we found our party, the recently christened Masks of Ember, venturing into Baldur's Gate for the first time. Inside, the party were greeted with the grim reality, not just of the grime, the lower and upper cities, but that of the outer city. Taking the scenic route through and round into the city of Baldur's Gate proper. Eventually, our party were greeted with an upset of some kind. Seemingly, they had arrived in Baldur's Gate on Election Day, where the new Duke of Baldur's Gate, taking the late Duke Stelmane's place, one Duke Lazaro Castellanta, was to be sworn in as her replacement. Making their way through, they found some sort of a mob gathered at the basilisk gate of the outer city. However, some quick thinking through the party, and the use of Renar Neverember's royal name allowed them free access through to the upper city, where they made their way into the Wide. Inside the Wide, the party were present for the inauguration of Lazaro Castellanta and witnessed his speech at the behest of the Scale Society in front of the nobles of the city of Baldur's Gate, where he declared a purging of the scum and villainy of the outer city. Our party, tempers rather high, then retired into an alleyway towards the north of the upper city, realizing that perhaps things were not as straightforward as they initially anticipated within the city. The group decided to split into two, with the group of Renar, Rael, Nebulon, and Quill heading to the Three Old Kegs, a tavern in the upper city, where several of the nobles were partying in celebration of Lazaro's inauguration. Some tense conversations were had inside, where the party met with some interesting individuals. Some wall builders extraordinaire, as well as the infamous Melissa Vamas, the now ex-fiancée of Renar Neverember. However, during the confusion of the evening, while Nebulon and his brother, Astralis, Quill's most recent guys, made their way over to an eccentric wizard by the name of Loroakan, Renar dipped outside, quickly chased by Rael, where the two found themselves locked in an altercation with some strange thugs in an alleyway. Rael being hit with paralysis and Renar being knocked unconscious. Rael's life now sits in the balance. Meanwhile, Team Kyra, Serena, and Vilka made their way down to the lower city, towards the Blushing Mermaid, a slightly more rough and tumble tavern, in the hopes of perhaps picking up the other side of emotions regarding Duke Castellanta's inauguration. Which is where, my dear adventurers, we find ourselves now. We're going to go ahead and kick off inside of the Three Old Kegs, the low ceiling and the dimly lit tavern, the thick scent of old ale, wood smoke, and candle wax thick in the air. Sturdy oak beams, dark with centuries of use, and a tap room sprawling around a massive hearth where a great fire burns, throwing orange light across the crowd. While normally this place would be filled with dockhands, adventurers, traders, and merchants, tonight the clientele is sharply different. Long tables have been cleared of dice games and tankards, instead laden with platters of roast meats and silver goblets and fine wines imported from Kalimshan and Arm. The air is thick with the hum of conversations. Merchants, aspiring nobles, and Scale Society functionaries in polished garb, all laughing loudly and clinking cups. A hired bard tries in vain to drown out the occasional ghostly strains of discourse from amongst the people. Upstairs, the gallery that overlooks the tap room converted into a private lounge guarded by Duke Cassanta's aides. From there, the campaign organizers whisper strategy. However, we now find ourselves towards the back end of the tap room. Nebulon and Astralis approaching a humanoid wizard. You can see he's dressed in this fine crimson garb embossed with gold, a large, finely made wooden staff at his back, perfectly parted orange hair coming down to about the chest. You can see the sharp, sort of defined features of Lorokan, the wizard. And as you approach, you can see that he's sort of like aimlessly like entertaining conversation from some of the passing nobles and merchants, not particularly interested until his eyes meet yours, Nebulon. And you see these sort of like bright eyes illuminated with sparkle and a smile. And as you make your way over, he beckons you quickly.
I'll head straight over. Hello. You summoned me here. How can I help?
You see he spends a little bit too long studying you. You see he sort of goes from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. My. What an intriguing specimen. Huh.
Grazie. I appreciate the compliment.
Shh, don't speak.
Oh.
Let me look at you. And you see he gets right up into your face. You don't mind if I touch you, do you?
It depends where, but...
Good, thank
sure,
you. And you see he places a hand on either side of your face, begins to sort of trace the curvature of your cheekbones and your jaw. Takes a step back. A true-blooded astral elf. Wandering around three old kegs of all places. How rare and fortuitous indeed. So, stranger, tell me, what is your name?
My name is Nebulon. And what is your name?
Nebulon. No family name.
Centauri. It's the
Nebulon
closest thing.
Centauri.
It is the closest thing I have to a family name. Yes.
A little bit on the nose, but I suppose it's fair.
I didn't make the name, but I love it, so I've stuck.
Okay, the talking is done now.
Ooh, right.
Let me have a look. You see he sort of like places a thumb and a forefinger sort of like on your eyes and opens your left eye slightly wider. Remarkable. You truly are full-blooded.
It's right. I suppose I am. Yes.
I am the Archmage of the Upper City, Lorokan. It's my most esteemed privilege to meet such a fine specimen as yourself.
Keep saying specimen. That's making me a little bit worried, I think. But
Now tell me, what are you doing for work?
at the moment, I'm looking for work, actually.
Brilliant! Well, I'm willing to pay you 2 gold pieces a day
For
you to be mine.
your what, exactly?
Mine.
You'll have to be more specific. Maybe it's just the fact that if I'm going to get a contract, I need to see what. What do you mean? Nebulon, it just goes over his head. He has no clue. He's
This
staring
is
straight at
so much easier in Arm and Kalimshan, where it's still legal. How do I put this? You'll be a paid slave to me. Yes?
That's a contradiction, no? You can't pay slaves.
Well, technically no, but legally I have to pay you this north of the border, so it's a bit of a tricky thing. Now, how does my price sound? 2 gold pieces a day, yes?
It sounds terrible.
Now, how do you feel about
wouldn't
biopsies?
Depends on the situation.
I would like to
suppose.
cut you open and study your innards.
I'm going to say no to that one, I think.
Well, if you work for me, you won't have a choice in that matter. It's in the contract. Now, let me draft something up very quickly. You watch as his hands move in these precise sort of arcane patterns. A sigil sort of like appears for a brief second. He pushes through it and pulls out a finely made roll of parchment and a quill. Sign here if you don't mind.
I do mind. I'd rather not sell away my body and my life. Thank you.
You see it vanishes. Right, so you're going to be tricky then. Name your price.
So let me get this straight. You want me to name the price to kill me? That's how I'm reading this, no?
Well, I don't plan to kill you, however, it may be a byproduct, yes.
My price? Well, I'm afraid, at least my friends say this, I'm priceless. I don't want to die, frankly. That's
This
not what I
one
want.
here is
Well,
your
not-
friend, and you see he briefly looks over you.
This one is
Quill.
my is my brother. I'll pop my arm. This is my brother. You see?
Listen, Nebulon, was it?
Yes. It
Such
does.
basic tricks will not work on one of my kind.
You're kind. You mean because you're an elf? Are you an
No,
elf?
I'm not an elf. I'm a human.
I
I mean
you're
a
acting
wizard.
Like one. You're acting like one, though.
arcanist.
I mean,
Am I? Well, that's very interesting that you say that. However, we're going to move past what you're talking about and talk about what I want to talk about now. So,
right.
what I'm thinking is perhaps an exchange of information, if not your full body and soul.
Information exchange is fine, but I will leave the body part out if you don't mind.
Right, okay. Now, I'm going to put this out on the table. The offer is still there.
Right.
If you struggle for work,
Lovely. If I ever
Pop
come
by the
back to you,
shop.
it'll be with a different offer, but sure. I'll keep
I
it in
see.
mind.
Well, let it be known that my offer stands. So,
Good to
tell
know.
me, Astral Elf, how did you arrive on Faerun?
According to some people, I crash landed. Whatever that is. But that's if you believe the rumors. I was born to...
Stop talking for a second. Clicks his fingers and you watch as a quill sort of appears in addition to a roll of parchment and begins writing down verbatim what you're saying. Please continue.
Nice.
It's interesting. Right, well, apparently I crash landed quite a long time ago. That's about it, really. That's kind of how I came here. I actually have never seen the Astral Sea, as people keep finding that quite shocking. But yes, I've never actually experienced it.
So you're an Astral Elf who's never seen the Astral Sea.
Correct. That's
Would
exactly
you mind if I just try something very quickly?
Sure.
Brilliant. You see he produces what looks like a sort of iron tuning fork. Can you put this in your mouth?
What will happen exactly? Am I going to die?
Nothing particularly, nothing to you, no. Just put it in your mouth. Open wide, you see he goes to stick it in your mouth.
He's going to roll for this one. He's going to open his mouth.
Now close. That'll be good. And you see he takes it out and bing, sort of bounces it on your head. Fascinating.
Can I pick it out now?
Yes, I've taken it out.
jeez. Right.
Sort of bounce it on your head.
Right.
No, you say that you've never been to the Astral Sea, and yet you're tuned towards the far realm of all places. Care to explain?
Oh, One, I don't have a clue. And two, even if I did have a clue, I'm not sure I'd tell you unless you give me information yourself.
I believe you. You're clearly not lying. Now, second, you say you crash landed. Was that direct from the sky, or in a vessel of some kind?
From a nebula, hence my name. But yes.
And your body crashed. Specifics, boy. Come on.
Right. I was a literal baby, so I don't actually remember.
Right.
This.
So you
This
were
is
an
what I was
infant.
told.
Get that down. You were an infant. Just an infant body, or were you encased in any kind of protective structure? Was it man-made or was it organic?
I guess it's organic. I am organic.
Organic, right. And what was the nature of the substance? Do you have a sample of it by chance?
I mean, you've got me, but that's not exactly a sample.
Gods. Okay, let me spell it out for you. If a baby falls from the sky, it
Right.
will die, which means that you must have been inside of something or have had something around you. I'm asking you, what was that thing?
I would imagine then it was, from what I have been told, I fell like a comet, so I'm assuming some sort of energy or some sort of resonance. Something along that nature, I think.
Roll deception check for me, please.
I will definitely do that. Oh, that's a 16 on the dice. My deception score is... It's not the best, but it could be worse. Deception plus 4, so dirty 20.
Not bad.
How boring. Energy. Right. Could have just been a passing spell jammer, perhaps. And you have no memories of your time as an infant, no?
Nope.
How drab. Well, are you sure I can't convince you to go forward with the biopsy? As I say,
No.
I can guarantee you a 75% chance of living.
Guarantee me 99% and several thousand, maybe...
I can probably push to 80. That's as far as I'm willing to go. If there's something
dear.
interesting in your major organs, I may need to extract them.
I will remember about this offer. It is very kind of you. Loroakan, was it?
Lururican.
Loroakan, of course. And, you wanted an exchange of information, correct?
Sort of dispels the quill. Yes, go on then.
Well, what information exactly could interest myself?
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't know you as a person. I do
Good.
know that you asking such pointless questions as that is wasting my time, which is very valuable.
No, I just wanted to see what you would say first. Well, actually, what I am looking for is something to do with a Star Academy. I'll just sort of open up my own journal, and I will have a quick little look through the notes. And I will say,
How many
right,
pages?
it is something about Madam Foxglove at the Wizard Academy.
The Academy of
Stars.
Stargazers.
Yes, that's the one. It is interesting because I've never heard of it, and yet I've studied at the Astroni Sanctorum up at the Star Mount, and yet I've heard no traces of this, so I'm curious.
Well, that would make sense. You studied at the Astroni Sanctorum.
I'm afraid I did, yes.
Right, and actually, while we're on exchange of information, how exactly would one get into said Sanctorum?
With great difficulty. But
you did
you
it.
want specifics? I did do it, that is right. You can only get in once every year, I believe, but even then... that's
really?
unlikely. Yes, that's right.
So it's based on the lunar cycle. Of course!
I would assume
Come on,
so, yes.
get this down! You see the quill and the sort of parchment reappears.
Let me save you some time. You're very eccentric, and they probably won't like that. They didn't like me at all for my positivity, but...
Don't worry, I won't give them a choice. So,
Right.
once a year, what are the conditions?
Well, you need
Be
to make...
specific.
All right, well, listen, I've got nothing to lose here. I don't like them very much. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. But first, before I spill the beans, because I've been able to successfully get there, I need information from you. So-
Right, well, last I knew, the Academy of Stargazers was a sort of, how do I put this? A all-girls school for arcane users such as myself. Wizards, as you were. Those who believed in the namby-pamby bollocks of astrology and the magic of the stars and far abstract concepts that have no bearing on reality. I believe, last I heard, it housed about 20 girls. It's in Castle Neritar, in the Mere of Dead Men, in the ruins of what was, I believe, the small hamlet of Neritar. Got destroyed sometime around the late 13th century as a result of what went on in the Spell Plague. Does that answer your question?
Than enough information. I appreciate it. The last thing I missed is 20, correct?
Yes.
Right. All right. I'll tell you the first part of the information. This is perfect. And then I will ask you one
Good.
more thing. So, in order to get into the Astroni Sanctorum, you must pass the trial of the stars, if you will. Effectively, all you have to do is acquire a star map of some kind. I mean, I technically didn't, but you're supposed to have a star map in the first place.
A star map? And what exactly is one of those? A simple basic chart of astrology and lunar cycles? Or
It depends.
something more
I mean,
specific?
It has to be passed down through generations if you are a druid. I was not a druid.
So,
it's something
does it
of
pass by blood, or if I was to kill a druid who had a star map, could I take it by force?
It would make no difference. The minute that you kill a druid with that, it will vanish out of the existing plane, so that would
Shit.
work. But
Can
I
you
will
bring a
tell this,
friend in? Can you bring an ally in, or no?
I'm afraid not. You must be able to have some form of a star map yourself. You need the ability to absorb a constellation from the stars. That is important. It is vital.
Okay, that's easy enough. That should be fine.
But, like I say, they're extremely picky to outsiders, and
Yes.
well, it took me a long time to get in there. Put it that way.
Shouldn't be too difficult with a little bit of elbow grease. What is your next question?
The next question is this. Tell me, how would one get into this if you had to do it? You had to break into this place somehow.
The Academy of
exactly would you go?
Stargazers. Oh,
Correct.
it's
How would you
very
break in?
easy. They have very little security. Well, tell a lie. Back when Adele was head of the Academy, it was rather difficult. She had sort of arcane wards and things of that nature protecting the school from intrusion. Since Madame Foxglove took over, however, it's been far easier.
And why would that be easier exactly? Is she
Well,
incompetent?
she has very little care for security, obviously.
Right, so no security.
Well, I will also say this. Last I heard, the Academy of Stargazers was no more. Wiped out. Well, wiped out or left.
Okay. Noted. All right. What else? What did you want to know? I'm,
Okay, so
elf
this
at my
star,
work,
this star map, as it were. Now, is it? You said that you didn't have one, right?
I
So
mean-
it's the only. Is there absolutely no way whatsoever to sort of get in from above or around or underground?
The minute that you attempt to get in without one, they will probably attack you, and they're quite strong.
Oh,
in
that's
my-
no problem. I'll be able to deal with them.
I'm sure you will. I would love to see that. That would be amazing, actually.
Brilliant. Well, is there anything else? Any more information I might find interesting?
What exactly are you wanting to know about my astral self? No dissections. Apart from that.
You watch as he sort of like weaves a sort of like subtle incantation and mutters something under his breath.
Can I attempt to hear what language he's uttering that in?
Yes, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. It is not my best, but it is a 13. Could be worse.
It's not a language you recognize, which is interesting. It sounds very old.
Mm.
I'm assuming you don't speak Netherese.
No, no, I do not.
Real.
Interesting.
You watch as his eyes then sort of like sharply turn towards you, Quill. Forgive me. I don't think I introduced myself to you. So, Pretender, what is your name? Your real name?
So if he makes kind of Quill's disguise, does Quill know who he is? Because I know he's kind of famous and stuff in the city.
Roll a history check.
Can do. Two. So no, he doesn't. That's fine. So he's gonna say his name is also not for sale Centuri.
I can see that because you're wearing a very interesting artifact around your neck.
This artifact is a great danger to the Sword Coast.
Yeah, well, I'll
and
say.
it's been kept safe.
I wouldn't say it's been kept safe. Tell me, have you been having bouts of, I don't know, racking cough? Dust and small stones coming from your mouth, perhaps?
Only after smoking too much space.
Roll deception check.
We're both alive through our teeth. This is great.
25.
So it hasn't fully manifested yet. What do you know about it?
Is this an exchange of information also?
Perhaps. Depends what you want from me.
This amulet's an ancient relic, buried, rescued from deep within the Shadowfell. Taken across several continents, it's led to ruin city per city per city.
Roll a deception check.
25 again. Still high.
That's great.
Interesting. Well, you clearly haven't fully manifested its abilities yet. However, it's doing something for you. I can see that your disguise is emanating from it. How much?
And not for sale.
Everything's for sale.
So it seems you seem to have quite a lot of conspiracy theories regarding an object that doesn't belong to you. Tell me, what is it you think you see here?
Let's do a little test, shall we? I'm going to say something, and you're going to tell me if you can understand it. Sound good?
Yeah.
That amulet is linked to... You hear the screeching of static, like something in your brain is stopping you from hearing this voice. Nebulon, you experience this too. Like, it's cut out of reality.
I did not hear you either. Interesting.
Quill's gonna start getting a little bit paranoid, and yeah, probably even there in the middle of the tavern, he's gonna change the disguise to like a middle-aged man. So again, like Mystique from the X-Men, it kind of pulls away, and it's more like just a kind of middle-aged general guy, and he's just gonna ask Lorcan. He's gonna say, "Please tell me more," as if this is him now in sublimation.
I've piqued your interest. Well, that item that you have around your neck. Tell me, where do you feel your power comes from? You're obviously some kind of spellcaster, but I'm going to assume by your lack of focus that you're not a wizard. And you don't have the charisma to be a sorcerer either. So, I'm going to assume that it's something inside of that amulet, or perhaps the amulet itself, that grants you your ability to use magic. Am I right?
I was not born with any magical talent.
I thought as much. Well, it appears as though I have something you want, and you have something I want. And you see his eyes focus on Nebulon.
Something I want. Wait, what? Wait.
Your friend here,
Yeah.
maybe not a biopsy, but a sample. A lock of hair, a little bit of saliva, and perhaps a 2-4 fingernail.
Are you some sort of hag? Is that it? I mean, I've read the stories. Like, what are you going to do? Manipulate me? Like,
Don't ask questions that you don't want to know the answer to, Nebulon. That's the price of my information.
what? A moment, please. I'll sort of just gesture towards you, Quill, sort of get out of earshot of Lorcan. Look, Quill, I really like you. You're amazing, and you've done a lot. But, like, this is I'm literally prepared to give something of me to help you. You got to give me something here, please. Is this really that important to you?
Nebulon, we've just discovered the most important thing we need to get out of here now. Him even knowing about this artifact is a bigger problem. And I believe we're now in danger. Do not give him a body part. No information could be worth what potentially could happen to you.
Agree? Alright. Okay, and I'll sort of gesture back over.
I'll be
After
two
that.
seconds.
Manifests a pair of scissors into his hand.
Jeez. Just put. Alright, listen. Clearly, this is not the situation you're thinking of. After much careful deliberation, I am going to decline. And so is my friend here. I hope. Now, whilst this conversation has been amazing, I'm glad you've got the information you needed. And I have got the information I needed. A fair exchange. However, if you ever need to contact me, I have the feeling, and I'll try and almost like appeal to his better nature here. I have the feeling that you can find me anytime you like. So, I'll bid you farewell today.
A moment.
Go ahead.
I'm interested. While your friend is predisposed,
Yes, he's a little bit anxious. But
do you trust him?
do I trust him?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
You shouldn't.
I mean, you could say that about any of my friends.
So, Mr. Mystery Man, since you're unwilling to take my offer, let me put it like this. The first signs will be coughing. Just gravelly to begin with. Then the stones will come. Then the earth. Then your body will begin to give way. So, you see he reaches into his pocket, takes out a smooth, sort of round, oval-shaped stone. Puts it in your hand, Quill. When you're ready to talk, reach me on this.
Quill's absolutely going to just pocket the stone, but can I come back a little bit cheeky to Blorican and say, I've heard many men make prophecies that fail every time. And they're kind of signal to Nebulon and try and make for the door.
The minute he starts to move, I follow suit, and I just sort of give a sorry, and then I'll sort of dart after Quill. To
You
make sure
feel
he's
his
okay.
eyes sort of following you as you sort of like make towards the door. As you're making towards the door, the two of you give me perception checks.
And was that ascending stone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Grand.
30-20 for me.
Cool.
Not bad.
11 for me.
Cool. As you guys are making your way towards the door, Quill, something you noticed is where Rael was previously sat with these sort of like dwarves towards the back end of the tavern, he no longer is there. You sort of like look over to where Renar was previously standing, and he's no longer there. Nebulon, one thing in particular that catches your attention is that you see Melissa Vamas, the sort of like darker skin and the sort of like finely done hair and well-made robes. She's sort of like locked in conversation with what appears to be a gnomish figure. You can see that she sort of like got this little sort of like tri-corner hat taken to one side. She's wearing a fine sort of colorful doublet. She has this sort of like clipboard open, and she's sort of like writing notes down and appears to be locked in what looks like a little bit of a tense conversation.
Interesting. Can I mooch over? I'll sort of gesture towards Quill. Quill, are you alright? What have you noticed?
I'm sorry, buddy, that was kind of... I totally misheard most of that.
It's okay. It's quite loud in here. Tell me, what have you noticed? You look like you've spotted something.
I'd actually missed what Kate had said, if it's somewhere
Okay.
referenced in there.
So you notice that Rael and Renar have seemingly gone from where they previously were.
Right. Okay. Why don't you have a quick little look around to see if you can find Renar and Rael? I'll have a quick mooch. Give me 10 seconds or so. At which point I'll attempt to just casually walk and lean towards like the nearby bar and try and see if I can listen into this conversation.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, I'm doing well with perception today. 18 plus 5, 23.
You can hear sort of like the tail end of a heated conversation. And you hear the gnomish figure sort of like look up towards Melissa and say, "So, let me get this straight. You've got absolutely nothing to say in regards to the recent allegation." "I have nothing to say. It's absolute hogwash." Any altercations towards Duke Castellanta's origins are baseless. He has a long and storied history in the city of Waterdeep. Now, see, that is an interesting case in point that you bring that up, because I have a friend in town who actually has done a little bit of digging in Waterdeep, and nobody can find any record of this Lazaro Castellan. You see, she puts her hand on the clipboard. Let me put this straight off the record. I know your editor very well, and I can have you out of a job tomorrow. This, she rips the page off of the clipboard, does not go to print, scrunches it up and throws it to the side. And you keep your nose out of our business. Turns and walks away.
Head straight back over to Quill, just looking nonchalant like I haven't heard anything. Right, well, that is interesting. Any sign of Rail?
None around. Why don't we go check out side?
All right, let's go.
We'll head towards the door.
As you guys are heading towards the door, we're going to go ahead and cut over to our B team. So, let me just alter the music slightly. Kyra, Vilka, and Serena. As the three of you depart, you begin to make your way through the winding streets of the upper city, eventually finding yourself towards the aptly named Baldur's Gate itself. You can see that currently it is open and there are a variety of Flaming Fist guards sort of blocking the entryway from the upper city into the lower city and vice versa. You can see that one of them stops, heading down towards the lower city.
Is that allowed?
It is, but let it be known, unless you have the proper paperwork, you will not be allowed back in.
Guys, who got that thing from the Lord's Alliance? That thing that allows us to go places? Who kept that?
Quill currently has it, and it's the heart.
Fuck. Wait, what do we do, guys? What if we can't go back in?
Do not stretch it. There's more than just one door to get into the upper city.
Okay.
Please don't block the entryway. Head through straight if you're going.
Well, Kyra will look at the two of you.
I don't know anything, but Vilka, you're familiar with the city, so I'll trust you.
Yeah, well,
We will
just
be
do.
fine in the tavern. Do not worry.
Okay.
And he will pass through the door, paying no
I guess
mind
the other
to
guys
the
will
guards.
know where we're going anyway, so if we don't show up, they can find us, so let's go.
You guys have an assigned meeting place at 11 p.m. near the Elsong Tavern in the lower city anyway.
I forgot that.
Oh, what? I think it was the blushing mermaid we said.
The Blushing Mermaid, yes. So, as you guys make your way through, you can see that sort of like collected at Baldur's Gate, the large stone archway separating the upper from the lower city, and the walls sort of like separating the two of them together. There's a large collection of people sort of like outside who are beginning to disperse now, but seemingly we're trying to get a look in to listen to Lazaro's sort of like speech. You can hear the sounds of a few people in like hushed conversation. Anyone who wants to, go ahead and give me a perception check as you're passing through.
You said perception?
Yes.
Okay.
23.
Where is it? I swear.
Give me the secrets, Cade.
11.
You sort of like catch the end of what looks like two sort of like human fishermen. You can see that they've got like these sort of like heavy sort of like smock jackets on. They have this like ripe pungent aura of fish. Their hair's like sort of like waving curly from all of the like sea salt in the air and things of that nature. You can see that they're sort of like beginning to turn back away from the gate now and goes, "Oh, that's a real big problem, that Lazaro, you know. I reckon it's already begun as well." You see the other sort of like turns to him and goes, I know. I mean, you think he means like just the peasants from the outer city, or do you think he also means like us in the lower city? Oh, I don't rightly know. I think it's difficult to say, but I mean, I've heard that some of the nobles are already making moves and buying up a lot of property around the outer city. So's Foot, in fact. A bunch of the warehouses have been bought up by nobles from the upper city already. Really? I was trying to sell some of my fish there the other day, and they're not taking anything now. Seems like they're buying them and shutting them up. That's going to kill the food source in the outer city. That is very concerning. You can see the two of them sort of like continue the conversation and begin to head deeper into the city.
Hey, that sounds bad.
And as you guys make your way into the lower city, you can kind of tell the atmosphere here compared to the upper city is starkly contrasted. They sort of seethe with this noise and energy. And as you make your way sort of like downhill, deeper into the city towards the docks, you can see that the election day has sort of wound into the evening. The narrow, cobbled lanes are sort of alive with the press of bodies. You can hear people sort of like shouting over one another. A few people are like waving like pieces of parchment and burning like sort of like campaign posters for Lazara Castellanta. You can like smell sweat and smoke and cheap fried food mixing with this ever-present sort of reek of fish and like hot tar from the harbour down below. You can see lanterns sort of like swing from crooked posts, lights sort of like catching on banners strung between buildings, some bearing like the smiling face of Lazaro, some bearing the golden goblet of Seamorph. You can see others have been like torn down and like graffitied with obscenities. You can see like penises everywhere, sort of covering Lazaro's face and things of that nature. You can see that like the general populace is thick with like dockhands and fishwives and labourers all spilling into and out of various taverns to drink, sing and argue. Groups of drunken sailors are champing campaign slogans. You can hear, "Take back the gate! Take back the gate! Take back the gate!" You can hear others jeering back, say, "Racist! You are classist!" And you can hear like small-scale altercations already beginning to sort of like impact, cheering as people begin to like sort of like fight fisticuffs in the streets. You can see flaming fist patrols passing by in 2s and 3s, their armor sort of like dulled by grime and their faces grim as they sort of make their way through and separate any sort of aggression that's growing up. And particularly, you can see they seem to be rather unbothered unless there's any sort of flash of steel. As soon as like active weaponry gets involved, then they go in and sort of like break it up and throw one party to the side, disarm them, and then let them continue their squabbles. Are you guys heading down towards the Blushing Mermaid?
Kira, Sorena, stay close by.
You don't have to tell
What
me
is our
twice.
battle plan exactly? What are we trying to find out? Should we plan?
I do not think you wanted to find out anything. I just said I did not want to go to the tavern, and you guys followed me.
I guess that's true, but I thought we were gonna go to figure out some stuff.
This is you speaking. You confused, darling. You confused, darling.
I was
It's both
wanting
of
to
us. It's both of me.
find that one person that I was talking to last session.
Look, now that we are here, it is best that we go to the tavern and wait for the others. The city is not safe in its current state. It's even worse than its usual.
Agreed.
I'll follow you. You seem to know your shit, so.
As you guys are like making your way through the winding streets, you can see that stood atop what looks like a barrel, sort of like waving backwards and forwards as he's trying to keep his foot steady. You see what looks like a sort of half-elven individual. You can see sort of like greasy black matted hair, sort of like bird nesting. You can see like rags sort of like torn below. You can see he's got a book open and his eyes wide and sort of bloodshot, looking up towards the sky. You see he goes, "These usurpers are puppets of devils and dragons. They will destroy the gate. They will take us for everything we're worth. Heed my call. Heed my call. These people are not our saviors. They are our doom." And you see sort of like collection of what look like higher end nobles push him off of the barrel. He sort of scatters to the floor. You see, shut your fucking mouth. Begins to sort of like slam into them with their feet and stuff like that.
We can't leave that dude to be killed.
Look how well just like kind of grabs Sorena's side to like just to try to nudge her over to the tavern, like not
Kyra's just like watching. It's like a. It's bad, but you can't look away.
We
She'll
need
just
to
kinda
lay low,
follow.
Serena.
I know. Here, you want to hold Leor for a minute? Then she'll like offer her
I'm
her familiar.
stressing.
As you guys start to make your way through the Heapside district, you see a few things sort of like unfurling around you. You pass by what appears to be several sort of like boarded up shops. It seems like a lot of like domestic residences as well as like storefronts have fully boarded up their windows, knowing that the ensuing chaos from the election night's going to cause some damage in the city. In particular, as you're sort of like winding around Heapside towards the Blushing Mermaids, you see stumbling out of a sort of like 3-story house towards the southern end of the dock district. You watch as 3 sort of like flaming fist members, 2 of them seemingly human, one of them appears to be dwarven in nature, sort of like armor unbuckled, look very sort of like unsteady on their feet, sort of dwarf slams the bottle down on the ground, you hit a glass, smash, and you see one of them sort of like approaches you, Serena, and grabs you by the wrist.
Hello?
Excuse
Can
me.
I help you?
I will ungrab his wrist.
Kyra will like, taking a defensive stance,
Do you
And I
need
will-
healing?
getting ready to protect her friend just in case.
I've got you on good authority that you haven't paid the taxes for
But I don't even
entrance
live here.
through Heapside. So I'm gonna need 10 gold pieces off you, please, love.
I'm sorry,
Vilka
man.
will put himself between Serena and the guy, and how tipsy does he look?
Looks pretty drunk. You see his 2 sort of like compatriots on either side are like, one of them looks worse for wear and is sort of like arm over the sort of like other human friend, looks a little bit like grey on his feet, almost looks like he's being dragged along, and he's trying to keep him upright. I'm
Okay.
a member of the Flaming Fist, so when I tell you to do something,
I think
you're
Vilka
meant
will
to
just
do
like
it.
put his hand on his head and just like press his strength to just like make him tip over
Roll
the
an
edge.
opposed athletics check.
Like just nope, go away.
Protected.
See, I said I was gonna roll bad tonight.
Hey,
That's a 9, man.
because the other guy's drunk or something.
The other
Yeah,
two
there's
guys
3
are
of them. Yeah. I mean, I'll roll that again, but it's even more sorry.
Oh no. You are
That's
cursed
fine.
today.
I'm cursed today. I did say.
You called it. You jinxed it.
As you sort of like push him off his feet, the sort of like stout dwarven like resilience and the general wideness of his frame sort of like keeps him steady. He sort of like stumbles back for a moment. Oh, that's not very forthcoming of the citizenry, is it? Tax has just gone up to 15 gold pieces, love. So hurry up and pay up.
We're not residents, so we shouldn't pay taxes. I'm pretty sure that's how government works.
Government
taxes
fucking
back-
works how I say it works.
But if you take my money, I won't be able to save my friends. Please, please understand.
Really could not care less. I need money to go out drink. I mean,
Yeah.
I need money for the town treasury.
Where is your humanity? Can I do something for you? Can I do a favor instead? Nothing.
Oh, I can think of something you can do for me if you'd prefer, love.
Nothing that involves
Just ignore him.
penny
We are
holes,
going.
please.
Right, go. You watch as his sort of friend vomits all over the other guy's shoes, and he like sort of like pushes him off of him, falls to the ground, slams his head against the guy. Stuart, you goddamn imbecile! Look what you've done! And they sort of like get distracted in that sort of like thoroughfare as you guys quickly make your way away.
Let's run. Oh my god, the city's scary.
Are you okay, Serena?
I mean, I'm fine. My wrist is a little bruised, and my psyche is a little bruised, but I think I'm okay.
Understandable. Okay, come on. Just just pet Leor, just fully handing him over already. It's okay, just
Emotional
As you guys-
support familiar.
As you guys kind of continue to push your way through Heapside and the sort of like rough and tumble rabble that's going on, you eventually, Vilka, spot the recognizable visage of the Blushing Mermaid, sort of squatting alongside the harbour side of Baldur's Gate, not far from where sort of like the wharves. The smell of brine and tar and fish guts is thick in the air. You can see the exterior is like weathered wood and peeling paint. It leans ever so slightly from years of poor maintenance. You can see like what looks like the full sort of like bow of a ship is embedded in the front of the tavern, looking out towards the harbour side. You can see that the signboard sort of like hangs lazily from the mast, reading a faded mermaid with a coy smile, who got sort of like this cracked paint job, is swinging lazily. You can see these sort of like windows that are so dirty, they're like yellowed with smoke and grime, and a pair of like heavy set doors that are scarred with knife marks and crude graffiti, slightly ajar at this point, and this waft of like stale ale and sweat and pipe smoke sort of washes over you, mingling with the smell of the actual harbor itself.
So this is it? Looks
looks
cozy.
like it.
Like I said before, we stay all together. Stay close to me, okay?
Understood. Given what just happened with Serena and things, I am more inclined to stay in groups now. No wandering away. That's for sure.
And Velka will just like go to Kira and just like take her hood and put it on her head. And
Thank
just
you.
like
The bonnet, remember the bonnet.
Oh, right, I forgot to put that up. I really shouldn't be walking around with it down most of the time.
As
You
you guys
know what
enter
happened this time.
inside, the sort of like atmosphere of the outside of the lower city of Baldur's Gate immediately begins to sort of like give way to this dimly lit tavern. You can see smoky lanterns sort of hanging from low rafters, stained black with years of soot and pipe smoke. The air's thick with this reek of like cheap ale, fried fish, and like wet, unwashed bodies. As you sort of like walk in immediately, the floor is sticky, and as your boots go through, you can feel like the years of spilled drink, sawdust that has been like scattered over the floor to try and soak up blood and alcohol whenever a fight breaks out. You can see a long battered bar in a sort of like narrow entryway on the back wall. The counter sort of like scarred by countless tankards and daggers. Behind it, the shelves are like crowded with cloudy bottles of questionable spirits and barrels of watered down ale. You can see a large door that opens out to a common room, wide and cramped, packed with sort of mismatched tables and stools, most of them wobbly and broken, and a rickety staircase that climbs to an upper gallery of rooms for rent. You can see, like, as you enter inside, there's a few sort of like wayward people who are sort of like standing around the entranceway. You can see that they're sort of like tossing dice towards each other, sort of like spitting into buckets laid on the floor.
Look at why are they spitting into buckets? Is this a custom here in Baldur's Gate? Are we supposed to be spitting?
I will just say that sometimes it's a question of measuring up each other's, and sometimes it's a question that the ale is so bad here, but it is nice to have a bucket.
Interesting. I'm learning so much about the world.
Me too, evidently.
Also, a really nice wood finishing they've got here. It's like nearly oiled or something. It's so sticky.
It's very sticky. I'm. No offense, but
So,
Leo,
where do we go, Vilka? Where do we go?
I
Lead
say
the
we
way.
just find. I say we just find a table and you sit down.
And if you have a look at Vilka, Simon, you realize that from the start, like, he agreed to you two coming with him, but he knew this was gonna be it. And so he just like turns around and just like focused to the crowd and just like you can see the deep sigh in him. Like, okay.
He did not want to be a babysitter today.
You can see as you guys are sort of standing in the entranceway, the door opens on the common room. There are like several sets of eyes currently focused on the three of you, just like looking around, very out of character, very out of place.
Right.
Hi.
Let's go blend in, and he will walk to the
You
bar.
should go to the bar, right? That's the thing you do.
Yep.
As you
get
make your way to the
alcohol.
bar, you sort of like see turning around what appears to be this like 7-foot tall creature. Probably only maybe Vilka. You would definitely recognize this as a bugbear. You can see he's got these sort of like large pointed ears, a sort of like large snout. One eye is fully grayed out with a deep scar running down it. Sort of like patches of like brown hair on top. He's wearing a heavy apron and he's got this sort of like thick, cracked underbite with these tusks sort of like sticking out. You see he looks over at you and goes, hey, what can I get for you?
Tusks too. Tusks. That's hard to say for some reason. Oh. Do you have non-alcoholic stuff?
If you want, you can go dip a tankard in the pig trough outside.
Nothing else.
Don't get much use
since the pigs got outlawed from the city. So it's been there for a few years.
Oh, the pigs got outlawed. What
Yeah.
happened to them?
Goodness.
Pig fighting in the low city.
The pigs fought.
Oh, and yeah, they're trained to attack and kill each other and other people.
What? These are battle pigs?
Sort of spits into a bucket on the sort of like side of the bar.
Serena will spit into it too, just to establish dominance.
What can I get for you?
Just
Some mail will
the
be
usual.
3 tankards of ale. You see, he looks at you for a second, Kyra, and goes, nah. Begins to sort of like grab these 3 tankards that are just on the edge of the bar and have clearly already been used by people. Grabs 3 of them and just begins to pour ale into them.
Okay.
Guys, I'm not normally allowed to drink alcohol. I don't know what's gonna
See,
happen.
he sort of hands you this sort of like 3 goblets. One of them's just like half foam, and it's very clearly been like heavily watered down. And he goes, "That's 4 silver pieces for the 3, please."
Velka will pay and grab the free tankards.
You see that he sort of like grabs the coins from the bar, and he's missing the 2 middle fingers. Sort of like pinces them like this, puts them into a small pocket. Thank you for your patronage.
Do you know if there are any regulars around? Is there anyone around?
Everybody here is a regular. It'd be easier for me to point out who's not a regular.
Is there like a super regular?
You want soup?
No,
What she means
like
is
a really regular
they're
person.
coming every day, probably stay until night.
Pissman Paul in the corner. You see, he points towards this elderly human man who's sort of like sat on a wooden chair with a bucket sort of like between his legs that he occasionally just spits into. Looks like both of his eyes are fully sort of like cataract over. Has like smatterings of like grey hair on his head. Looks like his entire face is like melting forward, and it clearly looks like he's been soiling himself in the chair.
I don't know if he's gonna provide a lot of information, but thank you.
No! Pissman Paul ain't gonna give you shit, not unless you buy him a drink.
Okay. Oh man, I thought this was gonna be a different kind of establishment. All the things I planned in my head, they don't apply at all. Thank you for the alcohol. I'll just go drink this in the corner then.
Serena, would you want me to buy you a room?
Buy me a room?
Yes.
What do I need a room for?
So you don't have to stay here with the
Oh,
regulars.
no. It's all good. I'm learning about the world. It's important. It's important.
I agree with Serena, having grown up in well, my father's study. So.
Serena will just do like a giant swig.
As you guys are having this conversation, you hear a clatter as a bunch of like stools sort of like fall to the side. You watch as one figure sort of like reaches over a table and begins slamming into the other. Dice are tossed to the side, and you see a flutter of cards as they fly over. You fucking cheater! I fucking knew you were cheating! Boom, boom, and people begin to sort of like gather around you. Fucking kill him! Kill him!
Oh my god.
Is someone gonna stop them? Is someone gonna stop them from fighting?
If it gets too bad, then maybe, but I don't know.
Anyone who wants to make a perception check, please go ahead and do so.
I'm loving this. I knew this was going to be like that, so seeing you guys be like, it's so funny.
19.
That's another 11. Damn.
Cool.
15.
Cool. So, Serena, as you like uncomfortably two hands cradle this like dirty tankard of watered down ale, you sort of like look around, your eyes darting from the large fight that's broken out in the center of the common room, and you notice a couple of things of interest. Towards one of the backmost corners, sort of like on a small circular table, you see what appears to be 3 members of the Flaming Fist. You can see that they're fully still wearing their uniform. It hasn't been unbuckled or anything like that. They're all sort of like sat around a candle. You see a woman with sort of darker skin and like brown hair tied into a tight ponytail. You can see that she's sort of like looking over at the fight, just a defeated look over her face as her 2 compatriots sort of like concerningly throw glances at each other and look at her. In addition, Vilka, as you're also like looking around, something that catches your eye is what appears to be so you can see a gathering of what looks like underworld people, let's say. You can see that sort of like towards the southernmost table, several figures sort of like fully hooded are sort of like sat quietly leaning over, speaking to each other in hushed tones, seemingly. You can see a large map sprawled out on the table, and they're sort of like trying to obscure it as best they can. And Kyra, your eyes fix on the flying teeth that are currently coming out of the man's mouth, who's being pummeled on the table.
Oh, that poor man.
Okay. Should we go to the corner where there's less fists? Well, they're flaming fists, but not pummeling fists.
I would say it is a bit strange to see flaming fists here, knowing they are to be pulled out of the lowest city.
Oh, well, has it happened yet? Maybe that's why they look so sad.
Maybe this is where you should ask your information, Serena.
I can go with you.
I'll do it! I'll go over to them!
And
I'll just
Cairo.
go stand, like, gingerly at the table. Hi, guys!
And Cairo will follow.
Do you wanna chat?
Like
You see
looking
the
back at
woman sort
Vilka,
of, like-
being like, I'll make sure she's okay.
You see
I'm
the woman
Vilka
sort of
will-
look up at you.
Hangover cures if anyone wants them. It's you pay with knowledge, and I give you bliss. It's
You see the woman looks up at you. You can see the dark bag sort of like under her eyes. Doesn't look like she's properly slept in a few days.
I usually get exhausted.
You're not from around here, are you?
I mean, why would you think that?
Because you literally look like 2 lost children wandering around a fight club.
I'm not a child. I'm a full-grown adult. But
Yes, well, you
anyways,
look like a child compared to some of the people in here.
oh,
Well, I do
maybe
look young, don't I?
maybe you're just old.
Vilka would have positioned himself like halfway through, like just in a way that he can make sure to look at what they are doing and still like be able to like look around the tavern itself.
Meanwhile, Kyra will gently hit Serena on the arm. Serena, you can't just say that. I am so sorry for her.
It's fine.
She's
She's
a
not
child.
wrong. I am old. Far too old to be doing this now.
I take it this sort of
You
thing
need-
happens rather often, and
Help?
Kyra will gesture to the people
Not-
fighting.
Not, well, it's not uncommon, put it like that. It's Election day's got everybody riled up quite a lot, and it's a whole thing.
I see.
Yeah. It felt like that walking over here. I think we walked a total of 100 meters, but it felt like miles. It was
Yes,
rough.
Baldur's Gate has a habit of doing that.
If you ask me, the air is rather tense. So
Tense is
kind of-
one word for it. On the boiling point of a, let's say, riot or revolution's another word for it. Oh.
There's a revolution. Who's revolting?
Not-
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've recently had a new Duke elected who doesn't really have the interests of people who frequent this tavern at heart.
Yeah, that's really rough. What's gonna happen to you guys? You guys are supposed to be up there, right?
Well, you see, she looks at her two compatriots, who one of them sort of like puts a hand on her shoulder and pats it. I was up there until about 3 days ago when I got heavily demoted for speaking
Oh.
out against the new Duke.
Oh. Damn.
Wow, that sounds like corruption. That's
It-
why is this place sucks, man. Like this place is just really bad. I thought Baldur's Gate was supposed to be fun, but
Baldur's
but-
Gate has never been fun, and it never will be fun. It is a cesspool.
Well, I'm actually kind of a priest in training, so if you wanna get something off your mind,
Don't get
like-
saying that around here. You're going to get inundated. There's a lot of
people want to confess. Do people want
ailments. Unless you want to spend the entire evening looking at genital warts, I would suggest you keep your priesthood very low.
No, I want to help the people. Like no
No,
one
you
else
don't.
takes care
No,
of their
you
work,
don't.
right?
No. Trust me, you don't. Gods, it never used to be like this. I swear. Ever since Gortash came in, the city's gone to the dogs.
What's that?
Gortash is one of the... Can I roll a history check?
Go ahead.
See if I remember. 17. That is a third time I've rolled a 10 on this dice. I think it's broken.
Yeah, you would know the basis of Gortash. He was this duke who came in, had these like grand ideas about policing the city of Baldur's Gate, supposedly got caught up in the absolute crisis and there was some sort of conspiracy, and he was quickly deposed when Lord Ravengard came back into the picture.
Gortash was one of
Things have
the...
been bad ever since.
Yep.
Well, it's just been one shithead after another, to be honest. I never in my life thought I'd say this, but
Flock, don't they?
I miss Duke Stelmane a lot.
Yeah, that's rough. Well, what are you gonna do now?
Well, my father keeps trying to get me to pull out and go back to court, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, so I imagine I'll probably get on a boat to Chult and try my fortune in Port Ninezaru.
And what was it that you tried to tell them?
My father is Duke Dillard Portier. He is...
Wait, that dude who was at the... Were you at the thing too? The speech
No,
thing?
I wasn't. I wasn't invited.
Oh, if you want to know anything, I was there. and I
No,
can
I've got
tell
a
you
pretty
all
good
about it.
idea of what was said.
Yeah,
My father's possibly the
honestly.
most useless man who's ever ruled over Baldur's Gate, if you know this. He bends over backwards for anybody who has any sort of commanding presence or authority, and has allowed a man who is fundamentally classist and obviously corrupt to now take power, just after we've already got rid of a man who was fundamentally classist and corrupt, who was in power.
Thank you, but if you don't mind
And
me
you said that, and then now you're here in the shithole. That sucks.
Basically. What were you going to say?
if I may speak freely. It
course.
sounds like your father should have learned then.
What's your
My
name?
father is a coward. My name is Liara Portier, unfortunately.
You have an ally in us, even though that probably doesn't mean much to you, but
You do.
Well,
I also think he's a bad person.
well, I appreciate that, but there's not a lot that can be done. In fact, those of us who were loyal to Duke Ravengard can't even get in to see him now.
Is he being, like,
It's
hidden
awful.
away?
Oh no, he's being tended to at Worm's Rock.
Why do you say it with these things?
Because it's very convenient, isn't it? When the only person who has the power and authority to speak out against a new Duke of Baldur's Gate happens to fall ill a 10-day before the election and no longer has the ability or the right mind to cast his vote in the election of said Duke. How
Do you
convenient.
think someone
That is.
made him ill? Someone gave him a sickness?
I think everybody knows, and it's fairly obvious that somebody's made him ill. If you ask me, it was
Okay.
that albino heffing tiefling who kept going to see him.
Wait, who's that?
Oh, this woman, apparently some sort of representative of the Arcane Brotherhood in Luskan, had several meetings with Duke Ravengard and shortly after fell ill.
Wait, what? Okay, there's so much information. God damn
I'm
it.
trying to
This
think.
is like a big web of stuff.
Trying to think of what I could.
The
roll to
world
see
is
if I
so
know anything.
complicated.
If you want to roll a history check, go ahead. I'll say, Kyra, you can do this with advantage.
Ooh, yay! If my mouse would stop having a seizure.
And Vilka, I'll say you could probably roll this too.
13. I'll take a 26.
Cool. The Arcane Brotherhood are a society of wizards from the city of Luskan to the north. Their reputation precedes them. They are great wizards. They have done great things, depending on your idea of great. They are very grey. Whilst they've done some good things for Neverwinter during the fall, and they're very active on research of Netheril and magic and things of that nature, they've also birthed some very bad wizards at the same time, and they've often been the source of controversy and scandals up and down the realms.
Carol just got. I've heard of them. They've done some good things, whatever you would perceive as good. They're very morally grey by the sounds of things, and from what I've heard, they've given names to very not so good wizards. And she will like go over to a seat and politely gesture, like, "May I sit?" if you don't
Please.
mind?" And she'll sit. I wouldn't be surprised if someone I know is from them.
So
Well,
what's
it's
your
possible. Anyone could be from them. Honestly, at this point, I'm partially considering just hurling myself into the sea. But
take? People will miss you.
yes, well, I doubt my father will. No, I think Chult tomorrow morning is the way to go. This city is doomed, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm done killing myself to try and make it better.
Sounds.
Except when you're a good person in a bad environment.
It does.
One word for it.
So your take on all of this is that these gray people, I've forgotten what they were called, but the people that you just
Arcane
talked about, they're orchestrating all this? Do you think that someone's like,
I don't know who's orchestrating it. I know that there's some sort of complicated political conspiracy going on, and there's somebody who wants to do something or take some kind of power to do something's taken over, and there's some kind of poisoning, and there's some kind of clandestine cloak and dagger shit going on, and I'm just tired of it. Every day in this city, there's something new. Somebody's trying to take power, somebody's trying to kill someone. Oh, here we go, and you can see again the fight that's sort of like flashed up in the middle of the barroom. One of the guys has pulled a dagger from his belt, and you watch as the two flaming fist guards immediately stand up and go to break up the fight and sort of like push them out of the common room doors, emptying the tap room out a little bit. Things like that.
well, And soon there are no longer gonna be you guys to protect that from escalating.
Well, see, we've already been told not to get involved unless weapons get drawn. So basically, we're just allowing people to beat each other senseless, and, you know, only enforcing the law means somebody might die.
Yeah. Well, I hope things look up for you and Jolt, I guess. Can I
Hopefully.
put my hands on her shoulders and just cast a lesser restoration? I hope you feel better.
Oh, God, I can't even get drunk properly anymore.
Oh no, I'm sorry, was that the point? No!
Vilka, as this conversation's
now
going
you
on
can
and
get
you
a
see the
second
fight sort of like spill out into the street, go ahead and roll me another perception check.
$20.
As you're sort of like looking over the sort of like slightly more emptied out tavern now, a figure draws your attention who commands attention. You sort of like look over towards the hooded individuals who were sat around the southernmost table, and you can now see the figure that they were actively trying to obscure. You see a woman. Looks maybe... Give me 2 seconds. Looks maybe human or half-elf of some kind. You can see that she's got these sort of like slightly pointed ears. Her hair's tied back in like a severe sort of like ballerina-esque bun. You can see that she's wearing a set of what looks like silvered sort of like plate mail armor with various like fins and sort of horns on it. But the thing that catches your attention is the vibrant and familiar purple robes that she wears underneath. You can see a small clasp which is slightly obscured, but bears a familiar symbol of the Cult of the Dragon on it. You can see that she's sort of like hunched over the table, grinding her teeth down and sort of like speaking in hushed tones with her compatriots.
Okay.
You see at this point, Liara sort of like stands up and goes, "Well, I'm going to get another drink. I hope that you all have a wonderful evening, and let me tell you something, get out of the city as quickly as you can for your own sake."
I think actually we're planning to, but you too, I hope there are great things awaiting for you tomorrow in your new city.
Let's hope. And she sort of like solemnly moves towards the back room and towards the bar.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, that was
The people around the woman, you said they were they hooded as well? You said they were like looking over a map, wasn't it?
Actively like obscuring their faces, just sort of like various patchwork cloaks. Don't appear to be like an organized force or anything of that nature, just like your standard rough and tumble thugs who are actively trying to make it not seem like they're in conversation with this woman. It seems like they're like leaning over several documents now that you've got a clearer view, now the room's emptied out slightly. A large map as well as several like posters and like campaign sort of like paraphernalia from Duke Castellanta's inauguration. And the three of you are left alone.
Could I attempt to stealth over? Where are they positioned in regards to?
So you're in like sort of a semi sort of like rectangular-ish room. You're in the rightmost corner. They're like around a sort of like in a small alcove immediately adjacent to you to the left.
Okay. I will try to listen into what they are chatting over.
Roll a perception check.
Make it count, make it count.
No.
Why do you suck today?
I suck today.
You suck today.
What do we get?
A 6.
Cool.
That was with a +4.
Yeah.
as you're sort of like attempting to position yourself, roll me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Do we see that Vilka's like
That would be 17 on the
Can we do a
stealth.
little dance or something?
I'll say you sort of like position yourself like around the corner of the small sort of alcove, try and get a listen in. You sort of like catch like small, tiny pieces of conversation, but nothing too like interesting. It's just a lot of I can't this, you know what I mean? Like a lot of like bits of conversation, but nothing coherent.
Oh, shit.
Hey, what's your boyfriend?
Uh, I
Do we see
will.
these people too now? Do we know?
Yeah, you probably see them because Vilka's probably halfway point, like in between where you were. So
Kyra, look, it's those purple robes from the nursery. Are those the cult people?
It might be. She's very quiet and kind of just leaning as not to draw attention.
Just trying to look really casual and stealthy.
If she had
Badly.
a fan, she would use the fan. Fan speak.
Not here.
are you guys walking towards me?
No, I don't think so. Just watching what you're doing. From the distance. I'm sure she's
So it's
got
just
a
you
great
guys
plan.
going like, he hasn't got any fucking plan. Okay, I'm just gonna pass next to the booth and I'm just gonna like, kind of, as if I'm like by mistake almost walking into like one of the person that's probably like to the like side of the table.
Cool. Incredible. Are you attempting to blend in and be stealthy at this point, or is your ambition
No,
to be
I'm-
noticed?
I'm fully like trying to pass that as I'm I could pass that as I'm probably a little bit drunk.
Cool. As you sort of like round the corner and walk into this sort of like table of people, you hear like the end of a conversation. You hear the woman sort of like speak. I can't believe that shithead did it. This is going to make things far more complicated. Can I help you? And you see she looks over towards you, Vilka.
Having my mug in one hand, I'll just like try to think quickly and go, oh, sorry, it's just I thought you were someone else. I'm sorry.
I see. Well, this is a private conversation, I'm afraid, so if you can make yourself scarce, that would be fabulous.
Now see, I couldn't help but overhear that you have probably some problem that needs someone to help you with.
Is that so? And do you think that you can help me with my problem?
It depends. At least I know where I can get you a discount if you require more people to help you.
I'll tell you what, why don't we make this really easy? There's a pretty simple test to see if you can help me with my problem. Are you happy to try it?
Fuck, why have I gotten myself into? Well, let's see what your test is.
Boys, kill him. I need you to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh fuck, I knew it!
Yes,
It's like
we do.
Vilka tried to take one from Quill's book, but it's not Quill, okay?
Brutal.
Oh, even my initiative is crap.
Ow. How did you figure that?
Serena and Kyra, if you also would like to roll initiative for this, please.
Ah, shit.
We have the same initiative, Vilka. I'm at 12.
I can't even swap with you.
I'm worse. I'm sick.
I can't even swap with Kira as well.
Why do we suck?
Why do?
Why?
The result of this is gonna be that the internet is gonna say that women suck, and I hate that.
Kyra.
With the B team, with the bitch team.
With the little
Kyra.
bitch too.
Initiative.
Yes. I did. I rolled a 6.
Vilka. Initiative, Vilka.
Oh, sorry, I rolled a 12.
And Serena.
12.
Incredible. So, first act, you watch as 2 of these sort of like bandits immediately draw these sort of like short swords. They're gonna walk straight over to you. And let me just realize I've not pulled the map up. Let me go ahead and pull the map up. I have to.
Oh no, I don't like when we have a map. This is the first time
means
we've
that
rolled
people
initiative in a while.
Okay, there we go.
They're going to surround you on both sides and going to take swipes at you with their short swords. That is a 17 to hit, and that is a dirty 20 to hit.
20 hit, not the 17.
Cool. You take 6 points of slashing damage as the first one sort of like nicks you just under the cheek. Next up in initiative order is... Yes, you guys. Let
I
me.
can't see Milka.
Probably.
Let me go.
We are characters.
I can see.
Let me go ahead and give you access, so you can see. 1 second.
Do we recognize any of these cunts? Trying to zoom into those pictures.
I think.
And the art is really
hello.
nice. I'm jealous.
There we go.
All good.
Yeah, I can see now.
Incredible.
Oh,
next up, the other 2 bandits are going to leap over the tables and begin to surround you, Vilka.
Oh, this is my first fuck around and find out. That's the first for everything.
Those aren't great rolls. That's a 19, a 20, and a 14.
20 does hit.
Incredible. You take 9 points of slashing damage as another one of the swords sort of like you are immediately dogpiled by this group of bandits. The hoods fly everywhere and you see a bunch of cracked teeth and sort of like heavy scars and steel flashes in every direction. You just about manage to get your sword out to parry some of them, but 2 of them sort of like swing over and nick into you on each side. Next up in initiative order is... Vilka, that's you.
I regret my decisions. Okay, let me check the map. Okay, I think now is probably a good time to rage, first of all.
Yep.
Okay, let me think.
Serena, you're next on deck.
Yep.
I will attack. Okay, immediately to my left.
Yes. Go ahead and roll. Yep,
20.
20's gonna hit.
That's a 7 damage.
Incredible. As you sort of like slice into him, you sort of like nick right under the carotid artery, and you see he begins to sort of bleed heavily, still on his feet, but looks heavily wounded.
Okay, at least they're squishy.
Yeah.
That's all for me for now.
Incredible. And you hear, bravo, one attack. That was amazing. Next up in initiative order, Serena, that's you.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just I'm not quite sure how much this, if this flame, can I run under that? Is that a brazier or is that
Yeah, it's a brazier, so you can run under, you can run under that.
Okay, I think I can sort of get roughly here-ish then. Is that, does that seem correct to you?
That's it, 5,
Okay.
15, 20,
I'm
25.
just
Yeah, about
gonna.
that.
I'm just gonna try and sort of quite loudly shout to try and get the attention of the people around, including the Flaming Fist, and be like, guys, this must be a misunderstanding. Vilka is not like doing. Vilka's a good guy. And meanwhile, I'll just I'll
So
just
case
do
in
like
point, the Flaming Fist officers, Liara's in the back room currently, has gone to get another drink. The other two are outside dealing with the brawl that spilled to the sort of outside of the tavern. They're going to roll perception checks to see if they hear.
I
Cool,
shouted
we'll
really
find out.
loud.
Cool, we'll find out next turn.
For action, can I just do a dodge, like ready myself with my shield, because I don't want to make it
Absolutely.
violent yet, except for the
Cool.
fact that it's already violent. But anyways,
Incredible. Next up in initiative order, the gentleman's going to sort of like take a step next to Talus. See, you sort of
wait,
whisper
that was
something.
out of my. Oh wait, sorry.
No, he's passing by. Are you taking an aggressive action?
I just said I wouldn't. So
He's going to sort of like walk to the side of Talus to get out of the main fight. You see he whispers something to her and she nods and looks over towards Vilka. Top of the round. Sorry, that's Kyra. That's you next.
I am going to move. Hang on, let me see. Just in case. There's 30.
Okay, he's
Liara
gonna
is not
regret
there
put you
anymore.
guys into this. Oh my god.
Okay.
No, not at
So
all.
I'm just gonna move like over here,
Incredible.
and then maybe not yet. I'll wait and just see how this plays out. I'm sorry, guys.
Incredible. Next up, top of the round, the bandits are all going to continue to lay into you, Vilka. Oh, okay, so that's a 23 to hit. A 18 misses. A 23 to hit. A dirty 20 to hit, so that's 3 hits. And then a natural 20 to hit.
Oh god. Oh god.
I'm sorry, Dave. I should have gotten involved.
I'm sorry. I should have gotten involved too.
Plus 3 is 10. And then the 3 hits.
Why is he doing so much maths? Why?
Because he hit me like 3 with a crit in there, so
You take 31 points of slashing damage, halved to 15, as you see this flurry of blades begin to sort of like paint this dance around you. Some of them nicking at your heels, some of them going straight in for a stab. You manage to just about parry it away. One of them sort of like nicks straight under your collarbone, and you feel a gush of blood sort of like begin to pour down you, but you, in your rage, manage to sort of like fight off most of the pain. That is you, Vilka. Yes.
I will hit the one to my right.
Cool. Go ahead.
I wasn't rolling the right thing actually, but that doesn't hit. And I'm gonna go back to one to my left. And 16.
16 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's only 2 damage. I should be rage
Incredible.
damage. Oh no, forget about it.
Just about sort of stays on his feet. He sort of begins to topple slightly. And you can see as Talus's face turns to a frown and goes, might have been quick on the jump there. Doesn't seem like he's going to stay up much longer. Serena, that's you.
Yes. Again, I'll just like shout loudly. I'll try and get as much as attention as I can. Like, the Flaming Fist are coming to stop you! To stop this madness! And meanwhile, could I just who looks the most leadery? Because there are two people here who look sort of like important.
Yeah, so they're observing. It seems like the 5 sort of like bandits just around Vilka are like lackeys that she's just set on him.
Okay, and so which one of these 2 people looks more important to me? Looks more like they're running.
The woman. So they sort of like woman with a brown hair and the gold headband.
Okay, can I try and cast command and be like, make them surrender?
You can certainly try. What's the save on command?
Wisdom 14.
Wisdom gets a +6 to wisdom. 17 plus 6 is 23.
Well,
Oh man. Oh jeez.
You see her
Okay.
her eyebrow sort of raises as she looks at you. And looks like he's got a friend.
okay, at this point, I'm
Anything
just
else from you,
gonna.
Serena?
At this point, I'm just gonna like try and aggro them. Just like, stop hitting him, hit me instead. And
The bandit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Incredible. Next up, Kyra, that's you.
Okay, seeing as things are going bad, climb onto the table. Just
classic Kyra move to get on that table.
and then just move a little bit, and then do I really want to do this? Shatter.
Vilka seeing you like going
Wait,
up
we're
the
in
table.
here.
What are you doing? Stop it! Leave it!
Incredible.
And I want
So-
to hit everybody except obviously these, because I don't think they can get hit, but like the people around Vilka, and then except Vilka. I don't. Is that how Shatter works? Like, is it a spell
Sure.
that will?
Do you have? Are you in? You're an evocation wizard, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Do you have sculpt spell yet?
I do.
Cool. Okay, yeah. So you can choose your targets. That's fine. Each creature, it's like Constitution saving throws. So they're going to make 5 Constitution saving throws.
Yes, and the Constitution saving throw, the Con 15.
Con 15. First 2 is a 10 and a 14 on the dice, so 2 fails. Second 2 10s on the dice, so 2 fails. Last one is a 3 on the dice, so they all fail. Go ahead and roll damage.
7.
7 points of damage. Immediately, the one
Force
bandit
hit.
who Vilka had already hit is immediately, boom! You watch as bones begin to crack on the inside. He sort of like twists into an unnatural way and falls down to the floor.
Ah,
And
The
as she
other-
like casts. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead.
As she casts this, she's just like, enough, and just, you know.
Incredible. The others immediately look fucked up. You watch as some of their arms begin to break. Looks like one of them, the ankle twists unnaturally as he, You hear like cacophony of screams from around you, Vilka. They all look heavily
What the-
wounded now.
what the?
Next up in initiative order, top of the round, the 4 of them are going to take attacks on you, Vilka. So that's a 2 misses and a natural 20 and a 6. So just 1 crit. You take 9 points of slashing damage, halved to 4.
Yes.
As the others are too busy like tending to their wounds, they're like swiping wildly but unable to like get any like motivation behind it. Next up, that's you, Vilka.
Okay. We'll hit the one closest to me again. At least attempt to hit. And I will try again. And a 12 misses. I think.
12 just hits.
Oh, sheesh. That's a free. Vilka's having a rough day, guys.
He is. We can blame it on the alcohol. It's fine.
Incredible. As you slash in, one of them takes it and looks like they're on death's door, but it doesn't quite finish the job as it just misses the vital organs. Incredible. Next up, Serena, that's you.
Serena's getting pissed. So with a word of radiance, she's just gonna be like, stop it," and gonna hit those motherfuckers who are within 5 feet of me.
Incredible. That's 2 of them. So what's the save?
Con 14.
Con 14. Both fail. Natural 1 and an 8 on the dice.
That's a
Damn.
4 damage to each.
4 damage to each. Incredible. And both of them immediately, the eyes flash and are burned from inside the sockets, and both of them fall down, dead on the floor.
And can I turn to the remaining ones and just be like, stand down or you will probably die at the hands of Vilka because he's real strong.
You watch the bead of sweat sort of like pours down both of their faces. They look over at Talos, and Talos goes, "Don't you dare stand down! Fight to the death!"
Madness.
Next up, Kyra, that's you.
Okay, magic missile, the other two.
Cool, go
Level
for it.
2.
Amazing.
He's like appalled by the situation, just like heavily
not-
bleeding,
It's not
done.
fair! Okay, so the first one,
regretting his life choices.
that's 2.
Yep.
Second one, 3.
Yep. Both, so are they both going towards
Four.
one of them?
No.
Cool.
2
Individual.
is go. Wait, no. Do I get 4? Hang on. Do I get
You
4?
got
Yeah.
4
Or is it
missiles
just-
at level 2.
You get 4
Okay.
missiles at level 2.
Okay.
2 to each, I'm assuming.
2 to each. Yes, 2.
Yeah. Yep, and last one.
That was it. I already rolled 3, so 2 to each.
Oh, wasn't it
Incredible.
2, 3, 2? What?
No, the damage.
Well, either way-
the first one was 2. The second one, I think, was. Hang on. Actually, I will
One more.
look. Let me look in the
But
game.
they're
book.
already gone,
Sure.
according.
I know.
Well,
I know.
I will say this: they both had 4 HP remaining. So either way,
Oh,
definitely you didn't roll 1.
it's
I
overkill,
don't
but
think
you know it's
can.
Incredible. And as they both sort of like,
that's 5. Yep, that's it. That's
They're
overkill.
mega dead.
as they both fall to the ground,
Just,
you watch as the woman in the purple sort of like, fabulous. Now we can talk. Why don't you take a seat, the 3 of you?
no
This
more.
is inhumane. What kind of? Why would you do this?
Gregory,
like,
drag the bodies
visibly shaking.
outside.
Wait,
You watch
can I
as
put some
her.
spare the dyings on them?
Don't bother.
Okay.
Gregory, drag the bodies outside. Throw them in the pier. By your
Is
word,
this how you treat your staff?
Madam Talis. They were hired hands. Now, most importantly, it seems the 3 of you are rather adept at handling yourselves. Let's speak about a little job I've got handy, shall we?
Good job. Hmm?
At which point, we're going to go ahead and cut over to the final member of the Masks of Ember.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Member of the Ember. How would you survive?
Rail. As you feel your body frozen, unable to speak, your eyes watch as Renar's body falls to the ground unconscious. You look up at the figure standing over you, his half-orc form towering over you, now paralyzed. I would like you to roll initiative for me, please. With disadvantage as you are paralyzed.
Insult to injury.
That one, that's 5.
Oh.
Oh.
It was a 2 and a 1.
Oh.
Incredible. So, you watch as he sort of like bounces the great sword in his hands. Well, I'm afraid that it's good night for you, my friend. Takes the sword and goes swing for your neck. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break there. And welcome back. Rail. As you look around you, the towering buildings of the upper city providing cover from any who might stumble upon you. You see the brutish half-orc above you, and you feel the breeze of air as a great sword swings to make impact with your neck. It's going to roll with advantage as you are paralyzed. First attack is a 21 to hit.
It's...
You take 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Second attack. That is a 22 to hit.
It's...
take 15 points of slashing. Oh no, 14 points of slashing damage. Sorry.
Okay.
And the last attack, he's going to forego the dagger, and he's going to boot you directly in the face to knock you prone. Strike. That's a 19 on the dice, which is a 24 total.
Definitely hits.
You take an additional 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Are you still up?
I am.
As you go down to the ground, you hear a laugh. Boys, get the lordling. The other bandits move forward and grab Renar and begin to carry him away. Full dash action, that'll get to about here, let's say. And you see the larger figure continues to circle you. Still alive down there? Grabs you by the chin. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're still alive. Well, this should do it. You feel the blood sort of like trickling from your mouth into your mouth now from your nose. You feel the heavy impacts of the like broken collarbone as a greatsword's made multiple impacts against the neck. Rail, that is your turn.
I'm still paralyzed, aren't I?
You are still paralyzed, so. At the end of your turn, please make me another wisdom saving throw.
That's not the time for a nat one.
Incredible. Top of the round, you watch as he ushers to his compatriots. Take him. I'll clean up the trash. You watch as the rest of the bandits continue to move forward, taking Renar out. Well, I don't know your name. I don't know your story. But I'm glad to be the one to end it. And he's going to go ahead and slam down one more time at you with the great sword. You take 17 points of slashing damage, Rail.
Yeah, I'm down.
As the sword finally makes impact, you feel a crack as it slams into your chest and you feel several ribs break, at which point your head hits the curb and the blackness takes you. In your fleeting moments of consciousness, you watch as the figure spits on you. Anything left in the tank? So, Rail, I'm going to ask you this question. If he attacks you again, it's going to automatically cause you 2 death saving fails.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you like to take the last stand, the coward's path, or leave it to the gods?
Rail story doesn't end here. I'm gonna take the coward's path.
Hand, foot,
Eye.
or eye. Cool. At which point, the figure leans over you, and through the blackness, you feel the sharp pain of an eye slashed out of its socket. Incredible.
Incredible, my ass.
No, that is not incredible.
God.
Rail. As you sit in the streets of Baldur's Gate, broken and beaten, and blood pooling underneath you, thoughts begin to pass through your mind. The face of the mother that you never truly got to know. Deep brown eyes, auburn hair, and kind smile. You remember her being kind and gentle. What little you do remember of her. You remember the day that you were left at your father's doorstep. And you remember the pain of feeling him reject you. You remember your first day in training. Those long nights spent in the barracks with Eric and Ivar. And despite the pain and despite everything, there's a feeling, a perseverance to keep going against the odds of death. And as you fall in and out of consciousness, you see the footsteps begin to leave. In these fleeting moments of consciousness, what's going through Rael's mind?
What did I miss? How did it come to this? What happened here? Where's Renar? Where's everyone else? Why am I alone? Did I deserve this for what happened at with the argument with the dragon? Was this how it was supposed to be? That's what's going through Rael's mind.
Your mind flashes back. Those days spent shadowing Varric. That sense of discomfort in seeing the way people operated. The misuse of justice. The constant seeking of the truth. You feel life begin to slip. And you're back in the barracks in Neverwinter. A large wound on the back of your hand, heavily bandaged but bleeding through. A recent casualty from some of the other guards in training who had slashed at your sword hand. You feel the hot tears sort of streaming down your face. A boy of no more than 9 or 10. And you feel a hand on your back. You see Galen. The sort of light brown hair, sort of like wildly tousled. The regalia of the Neverwinter Guard. The closest thing to a father figure you ever had. Sort of sits next to you. Real. I know that it's been rough since you've moved into active training. Listen, the boys in the barracks don't understand things the way that you do. They haven't seen the world like you have, witnessed the cruelty of people. These people come from noble houses, they come from homes. I'm sorry, but this is the reality that you found yourself in. If I could change it, I would. But you're not wrong in what you do. I admire how even at your age, your moral compass is so finely attuned. Don't lose that rail. That constant, vigilant pursuit of justice. It'll end well when you grow older.
I hope so. It's been hard. Been very hard.
Blades and wits sharp, my boy. Always. You see, he sort of tussles your hair. Nebulon, as you and Quill
Yes.
sort of like exit out of the elves of the 3 old kegs.
I'll suppose the
this-
first thing I would do is, exactly that. I'd probably exactly look for where I could think Rail would be. And
Roll a
Renault.
perception check for me.
10.
Cool. I'll say that Quill will aid you with this. as he's
Cool.
coming out
So
with you.
that's fine. I'll roll that with advantage. That's better. 17.
You see a gentle trail of blood coming from one of the alleyways to the south of the tavern.
I'll draw my star staff, activate it, and I'll cast Shillelagh, and you sort of see stars begin to intertwirl around, and you see a glowing blade echo out of the end. Right. Quill, get behind. Let's see if I can. I'll start to trail the blood and keep on watch with the staff ready. And follow the
Sort
trail.
of as you round the sort of like shaded alcoves of the alleyway, you eventually see in a pile on the ground, in a pool of blood, your companion Rail.
I'll drop the star staff to the ground, rush right over towards him, almost fall to my knees and try to cradle his head, check to see if he's alive, vitals, anything I can think of.
Barely, but he is alive.
Shit. Right. Okay. And what I will do is I'll close my eyes, and what I will do is I'll think Quill will see this for the first time. I'll clutch hold of where my belt is. You see the star map I put both hands towards, and I'll close my eyes and I'll activate my starry form. Only this time, instead of the archery constellations, you'll see forming around where my heart would be. You see what looks to be some sort of cup or chalice forming across. At which point, then I will throw down a healing word, and of course that will then activate the secondary healing. So I'll go ahead and say, "Come on!" And the minute that the constellations connect, I'll just once again throw open the crystal, absorb this looks like a twin sun that's blue, snap it together, throw the healing word straight at his chest.
Incredible. Roll me the health.
So that is a 4 on the d4, so that would be a 4 plus 3, so that's 7, and you also gain a d8 plus my wisdom because of my chalice. So 5 plus 3, so another 8, so you regain
15 HP.
16, you get 15 HP. There you go, so I'll just throw it all out at once and see if I can, you see all of my
starlight
stars.
sort of-
Yeah, that's it.
The starlight sort of settles over the body. You hear a few of the bones that are fractured and broken attempt to click back into place, not fully healed, and you watch as the main sort of like gaseous wound over the eye sort of begins to heavily scab over. And Rail, you...
I'll, yes. No, it's okay, you're all right. It's okay, you're fine.
Rail's
Don't
laying
try to
there,
move.
hyperventilating, just searching around everything. He's looking for any sign of Renar that he can.
Roll a
It's alright,
perception
it's
check
alright.
with disadvantage.
That's not bad, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So it's a 19.
As you sort of look around for the first time, it's then that you notice that your depth perception is all but gone. And there's no response from your left eye. You see nothing. Nothing but Nebulon staring down at you with concern, littering his face.
I'll bring you into a hug as an embrace. Rael, I thought you were dead. What happened? Talk to me. Can you stand? I'll try and see if I can use all my strength to try and lift him up, but the armor's really heavy.
I'll force myself to my feet and I'll just look at you with one good eye left and just say, "They got Renar."
Who does?
Some bandits. They came out of nowhere. I couldn't do anything.
We'll get him back. We will.
And
Okay.
Rail will just go ridiculously quiet now.
Right. Okay, can you walk? Are you able to, here, and I'll sort of like offer my shoulder. Not that it'll do you much good, and I will try to walk you towards back into the shelter of near where the building is.
What weapons are left on the ground, DM? I take it the greatsword is gone.
The greatsword is gone. It's just your sort of long sword sat in place, the one that Bernard drew in an attempt to defend you.
Cool. And I'll go over and I'll just stare at the greatsword for a minute. I'll go to put a hand out in order to pick it up, and I completely miss. It goes wide as I'm scrounging around to pick it up. I'm going to use it as a walking stick, and I'm going to try and head back inside with Nebulon.
I'll pick
Cool,
up my
you
star
see-
staff on the way as well.
You see that Quill sort of like puts a hand on your shoulder. Nebulon goes, "Nebulon, we should probably avoid the 3 old kegs. Perhaps we make our way down to the Blushing Mermaid to rendezvous with the others."
Okay, right. I agree. I'll, we should probably stop attracting attention. I'll then, sort of close my eyes and attempt to break my starry form. You see the constellation of the chalice disappears, and then it just sort of like my skin returns back to normal color. I'll take my star staff and I'll twist the handle so they retract back. I'll hoist it on my waist, and I will just attempt to try and fully support Rail as he walks.
As Quill helps to lead the two of you down towards the lower city, you find your way to the large stone arch of Baldur's Gate. You can see that the doors at this time are drawn, and a few Flaming Fist members stand around in the darkness with the torches sort of like lit. One of them says, "Hold!" Looks over at Rail. "What is the meaning of this?"
We need medical attention. Could you please allow us past?
You see, so like looks at his compatriot. "The lower city is expected to be rather dangerous. Are you sure you can handle it? Your friend looks rather worse for wear."
We have a healer
Trust me.
down there.
We can handle it.
"In that case, Harbourside Hospital. It's by the cliff gate in Brampton. They should be able to help.
Grazie.
Open the gates." You see he calls, and a few of the Fist members sort of like open the gate into the lower city.
Right. Rail, do you need a hand? I'll sort of pass you the star staff. Do you need something to aid you to walk? Or are you fine?
I'm fine, and you just see Rails just continually using the long sword as almost a like a crutch that you put under your arm, and he's just using it just to keep as steady on his feet as he can.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
As you guys pass through the gates into the lower city, you can see that towards this sort of like period of the night, most of the sort of like street rabble has begun to disperse. There are a few sort of like shadowy figures who sort of like stand on the stoops of taverns and like establishments, sort of like watching, speaking in hushed tones, seemingly dealing in nefarious things in the late hours of the city. We're sort of moving towards like 11 p.m. at this point. As you sort of like begin to make your way through, you see Quill sort of like approaches a passing flaming fist guard. Excuse me, is there any chance that you could just direct us to the Blushing Mermaid? The Blushing Mermaid? You got a death wish? It's just Heapside, just off of the dock. Can't miss it. Big ship sticking out of it. Hey, thank you. Nebulon, follow me.
Lead the way. I've got your back. I'll keep a close eye on Rail as we walk.
Incredible. And Quill begins to lead you down the lower city towards the Blushing Mermaid. As you guys can see, the sort of like lanterns lazily swinging from crooked posts at this point. A lot of them have been sort of like put out, and there's a few like stray drift globes, these magical orbs of light just gently sort of like painting the city in a very, very sort of like dim atmosphere. You see a few flaming fist guards sort of like patrolling, and a lot of people seemingly keeping to themselves, watching you. You feel eyes on you as you're sort of like moving around, but
Nebulon.
Yes.
And I'll pull my my tabard up, the greenest one, and I'm gonna take it off. Rip this for me. I just want you to rip a thin piece for me off of it.
Sure, okay, I'll just tear the small part. I'll do this the best I can.
And when I do, I'm gonna use the cloth and I'm gonna put it around my eye and tie it towards the back. So it's completely covering, because Rail's feeling really self-conscious about it, and then he's gonna tuck the rest of the greenest, the rest of the greenest tab bit. He's gonna just tuck it in somewhere.
so you guys continue to make your way down the streets. As you're making your way, we're going to flash back over to B Team.
BT is not okay.
No, we're not. We're scared. I did not want to open Sigh.
As you sit around a table within the Blushing Mermaid, you now study Talus slightly more closely. You can see that she has this sort of like tight, almost ballerina bun, slicked back perfectly, as if to keep every strand of hair out of her face. Her armor is this sort of like gorgeous, almost like silver white scale mail armor. You can see that it's sort of like pointed and decorated in places, and she wears a sort of like violet robes, openly sort of like trailing out from underneath the large breastplate. You can see a large spear sort of like at her side. So, perhaps introductions would be useful. I am Talus the White. What may I call all of my new allies? Serena, if you're speaking, we can't pick you up.
I think
Oh, she's muted.
I was wondering if she was thinking or or saying something. Didn't want to interrupt. What's going on? Oh no, the mic has dropped.
Oh no!
Right.
And
Just make a note, Mitch. Of
I was
this
gonna say,
and
thanks,
post.
stamp it, Mitchell.
Yeah. Try plugging and unplugging your headset.
I'll try leaving the conversation, restarting Discord altogether as well. Even if you'll have to like, because it's weird because it looks like it's picking up some stuff. At least it's like flashing.
just
on
try
the-
that,
like,
yeah.
it's flashing green, but we can't
Yeah.
hear her. Oh no. Sad.
Why don't you change your microphone input to your actual computer, Simone?
Hello.
Yeah, There we go.
There you go.
There we
Hey!
go. There we go.
I don't know, my headset just like completely left the chat. It's like no
That's
longer
all good.
like the
We
poll.
can fumble through and we can figure it out towards after the session. So, give me 2 seconds.
You didn't even see it. I'm that quick. Jeez.
Yeah.
Jumping back in when you're ready, Mitch. Cool. My name is Talus the White, and what may I call all of my new friends?
Sorry.
Hesitant to make introductions?
Sorry, I'm still because now the audio is completely off. I'm so sorry. I'm still derailing everything. Okay, you can hear me fine now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear some
Jumping back in now. 1 sec.
Do one more.
Sorry.
So many technical difficulties.
3rd time's the charm. My name is Talus the White, and what may I call all of my new friends?
Why do you think we want to work with you?
Well, your compatriot over here, and she ushers towards Vilka, made it very clear that he's interested in helping me with any problems I might have. And you've clearly demonstrated that you're more than able.
You can call me Serena the Green, then.
And she looks over towards you, Vilka.
I'm Vilka.
What about you? And our little flame-haired friend here?
Kyra.
So tell me, I'm assuming that you've all witnessed the recent inauguration of our new Great Duke.
What about it?
Well, what do you think of him?
Well, that's something we should be saying out loud in this shit.
You're amongst friends here? Don't
The
worry.
only thing I think about is gold.
I'd say we've
Well.
only met him once. Or saw him once. So it's hard to pinpoint.
How curious. Well, if it's gold that you're after, that's something I can help you with. Tell me, and you see she leans forward. Are you comfortable with assassinations?
Just gonna look to Vilka.
Kyra does the same.
Vilka looks like left to right, like, oh.
You're our assassination person.
It's like, why am I picturing like an anime just like snap? Like our heads just snapped towards Milk.
I have dabbled in that before.
How does 1,000 gold pieces sound?
Per
I would say depends on the target.
A member of the Scale Society. Dwarven man by the name of Varum the White.
Are you siblings?
No.
really.
You're both the White.
We are from the same sect of our organization.
Ah,
Wait, so you're also a Scale Society? Or what?
Yes, in a way.
Do you want to tell us what you do? If you want us to be your allies?
Not what I want to be doing, hence why I need this fellow disposed of.
What do you want to do?
Take his position.
Which is,
You're asking a lot of questions for assassins.
well, you're not giving a lot of answers. You're being
And
very.
not the right one.
Vilka's looking at Serena like,
I'll talk to you.
This woman is a bitch. We all know that, right?
She just like made everyone die.
Pardon
Tomorrow
my,
night. Tomorrow
pardon my
night.
children.
Tomorrow night, I will be here. I will give you information on the location of the target, as well as a description. I'll give you half of the money up front, and half on a safe return, plus a bonus if you bring me back evidence of his demise.
Why do you trust us?
You've shown yourselves to be capable.
But skills is
And-
one thing, but
No offense, but judging by your party makeup, I very much doubt any of you have any allegiances to the government.
you don't know that.
I do.
Damn it.
If you guys hear the thunder, it's a paid actor. I'm kidding.
Think it
What if we
over.
don't show up? Are you gonna like hunt us down or something?
I'll find somebody else to take the job. You see, she stands. I'll be here tomorrow night. If you're interested, come and I'll give you the information and the payment. Have a good evening.
Excuse me for a second.
Do you want us to leave the table, or are you gonna leave?
You see, she stands and heads towards the exit.
Oh, guys, we got a table now. We can save
Serena.
it for when the others come.
Kira,
Yes. Yeah.
which part of try to blend in and not attract attention did you not understand?
I was trying to help you. I'm sorry. I didn't want you to die, but apparently there were 4 of them surrounding you like piranhas.
It is not because I have put myself in a predicament, but you have to take me from it, or at least try to save me from it. That would have been my own fault if I had died there.
Well, that's not reasonable. Kyra tried to save you. And
And
it was necessary.
grateful
You're
for
looking
it.
pretty rough.
But in doing so, you have put yourself in danger, and now she knows your faces too.
Can I distract you with healing, Bilka? Do you need some healing?
No, I will be fine.
I'm sorry,
As-
Vilka. I saw that you were in danger, and so I very much like a ram, jump first, ask questions later.
As this
I
is
know
going
I
on,
shouldn't have
you see.
drawn attention.
Oops. Go on. As this is going on, you guys sort of see approaching the table from the back, and you see a sort of half-elven man. You can see sort of like a round face, slight point to the ears, sort of like messy blonde hair. Seems like he's wearing a fairly fine sort of like white shirt with like a sort of tasteful waistcoat over the top of it. You can see he's got these sort of like sparkly blue eyes, and he approaches. He goes, sorry, sort of just like leans over the table. Could I just have a moment of your time, if that's all right? And you see he looks towards you, Vilka.
What is
Couldn't
it?
help. I couldn't help but notice that you seemed like you're rather handy with a blade. I don't suppose that you're looking for bodyguard work, are you?
Oh, you're popular, Bilka.
Very by the looks of things.
What if I am?
Oh, well, I've got a, you see, I kind of operate a little mobile tavern, as it were. In a few days, I'm heading up to Waterdeep with a caravan. Just interested if you happen to be looking for work, looking to head up north. I saw the way that you handled that blade, and it was absolutely excellent. I'd be happy to pay you the full wage, 10 gold pieces a 10-day, and full food and travel expenses.
You think that was excellent? And like he kind of grin, and there's like blood spraying in his teeth.
Well, it's much more to have you on my side than not on my side, let's put it like that. Anyway, you haven't got to decide right now. I'm gonna be canvassing some more guards at the Eastway expeditions tomorrow. If you're interested, pop down. Like I say, the job's yours if you want it. I'll be there. Broken Spoke on the Road Tavern.
What about us? Do you like us?
Sorry, I don't have the money to pay for more bodyguards. But you're welcome to come along if you're happy to do so for free.
I mean, if you're heading up to Waterdeep, I was actually hoping to go there too, because, well, something has piqued my interest.
Like I say, as long as he's there, I'd be happy to accommodate you two as well. Well, like I say, think it over. I'll be at Eastway Expeditions in Eastway tomorrow. Just let me know. Good night. Gives you a thumbs up
Good night.
and sort of like moves away. As this is happening, I'll say that you guys hear the door sort of like bang open and you see stepping through Nebulon, Rail, and Quill.
Hi, guy. Oh my God.
All
Rail,
right. He's fine.
Rail, what happened?
No,
Maybe
please.
let's keep things quiet for now.
Agreed. We've lost Renar. He's gone.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
A group of bandits blindsided us, no pun intended, and yeah, they took me down, no problem, and they took Renar. I don't know where, I don't know who.
What group of bandits? Must have been something. What happened to you?
Did you get any?
I was stuck in place. There's I think it was a wizard on the roof or something. I couldn't move.
Kyra instantly like looking through her spell book. You said you were held.
I'm so sorry we
held in
weren't
place?
here. We should have helped you guys.
You didn't know. You couldn't have known.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have split up.
Shouldn't have following me. This is what I've been saying from the start. And
No, but it
Vilka
would have
will
been bad
just
if you
like
were alone too.
leap
Vilka.
off from this seat and just like go to the outside of the tavern.
Let him go.
Pretty upset.
Real?
Renar ran
I-
off outside. He had a bump in with, well, his ex. Not him specifically, but he was spooked by being in there.
He was
and,
pretty
Ew.
pretty scared at that point.
he ran outside and there was just 5, 6, 7, maybe 10. I don't know how many there were, but
Jeez.
clad in dark clothes. And before I knew it, he was gone.
Did you hear any conversations, perhaps? Anything that might have given...
Nothing but the taunting of the
Right.
orc who took my eye.
Rail, roll me a history check.
Doke. I can do that. And
At this point, Vilka would come back and he's just like pacing around the part of the tavern. Just. But we have to go back then. We have to find who they are. Is there
17.
anything, an extra detail you can think of?
As you sort of like cast your mind back, Rail, on a 17, you sort of, in the moment, everything kicking off at once, it was hard to like make out any details, but you play it back over your mind. Your investigative sort of like inclination leading you to play back scene by scene. There must have been something to distinguish them. Some kind of symbol, some kind of clothes, something. And as your mind sort of like moves from beat to beat, scene to scene, the only thing that had any sort of insignia or anything on it was the clasp on the orc's cloak. You saw it when he was grabbing your head and you looked up towards him. The clasp was sealed with what appeared to be a sigil of a black gauntlet with a chain wrapped around it.
yeah, the orc had a gauntlet, a black gauntlet with a chain around it. relaying that to the party. Does
Does
anyone?
that sound familiar?
Roll a religion check, anyone who wants to.
I would like to.
If
I'll
it's
do that as well.
religion. 22, bitches.
That's a 19.
22 too.
That is a 12.
We all know it.
As Rail sort of describes the symbol, a few of you recognize the description. A black gauntlet with chain. That is a symbol of Bane, god of tyranny, terror, and hate.
Anyone?
That
Why would
Thank
this group, why would these people be, do you think they're related to the cult or to Lars'
No.
family?
probably I don't know, but Bane, if
These are really
Serena-
evil people.
Bane.
Yeah. Yes. The god of tyranny and hate, anything
I
spiteful.
missed the new chaos in Baldur's Gate. Sounds a little bit too on point, don't you think?
What do you mean?
Well, it is like chaos.
Uh,
Bane is the god of chaos. And look around you, Serena.
I can
It's everywhere. I mean,
Will you let me take a look at your eye?
As you guys are having this conversation, you see on the back, but sort of like towards the back of the tavern, as it begins to sort of like fill out again in a late evening. A few people sort of like in conversation. You hear one of them shout out and go, "Oi, Philip! Where's your sister today? I was hoping that she might be around to spend the night with me." You see another figure goes, "Don't you dare talk about my sister that way!" And immediately another fight begins to break out towards the back of the tavern.
oh god. Not again.
Okay. Right. This place is lovely.
And as you go to reach for the eye surrender, I'm just gonna gently tap your hand and just push it down.
Yeah, I don't know how bad it is. If I can't see it, I can't heal it. Maybe do.
You shouldn't. This is penance for losing Renar.
It is not
I-
penance, Rel. Whatever
You
they have
lose it
done
on
to you, we will
purpose.
do to them tenfold times.
We
I
will,
agree with Vilka.
But
I'm
tonight,
sure you did everything you could.
I couldn't do anything.
You
Again,
said that you were
It
held.
was an unfair position. There's nothing you could do.
It's not
You-
your fault.
it just, yeah.
Sorry guys, if I flinch. I am terrified of thunder, especially if it gets really quiet and then really loud. So
Sorry. But, no. Guys, for now, the one thing that they taught us back when I was in Neverwinter was patience. If we go now, and the fact that I am missing an eye, I have no depth perception. The chances that I can see, things are very, very null. In the morning, we can return. We can have a look, see if there's any clues, anything that was dropped. We do it early hours when the sun rises. But for now, I need to rest.
In that
I think we'll
case,
find it tonight, anyways.
the only thing I've got to ask is how did you guys manage to get on? Did you find anything?
Why are you so bloody, Velka? You look worse than me. Well,
Yes, it looks like
Almost.
it's a scrap.
I fear I shouldn't say anything because I'm afraid if I do, Vilka here will still be mad at me.
Think
Turns
Vilka's
out the
quite-
best way to get job offers is to start a fight, and then they just come rolling in.
I started
Sounds like you
the
all
fight,
won. I
Serena.
mean,
Well,
I've got
we
what's
talked
coming.
to-
I'm
we
sorry, I
did
didn't
talk
mean
to a
it.
member- Me and Serena did talk to a member of the Red Fist, was it?
Can we just
Wait,
give them the
it's-
rundown?
Yeah, I'll say that they sort of like run you down on everything that they've got that's gone on their side.
so the cult was here.
Yeah,
Like-
apparently.
Interesting.
And not
guess
just
some of them
here,
are
but out in the open as well. That's a bit strange, isn't it?
It
not
is.
just that as well. Before me and Renar were ambushed, we were talking, and it looks like this new leader has the backing of the cults. I'm not sure if it was Lady Resmere that was here or not. There was a black dragonborn here.
That sounds like the leader.
It
Yes.
does.
Do you think that it's
There can't be that
fair
many
to
around.
say that we can confirm that the Scale Society and the Cult of the Dragon are one and the same now?
I would
Safe to
assume,
say.
or at the very least,
think
some
so?
form of backing, perhaps. Either way.
And the one person that the three of us, me, Vilka, and Serena talked to, they wanted to hire Vilka for. I think Vilka should say.
They want assassination done. So it is fair to assume that there is some chaos yet, as well amongst their rank.
She
There's
wanted
just so much going on.
It's convenient that there's an assassination, though, so close to the elections. Maybe it's at least worth finding out the target.
Oh, we know the team lead.
We know the
She
target.
said she wanted to kill someone called Taldum the White.
She had the same
He's
time.
some sort of leader at the Scale Society, and she wants to
Move up.
usurp his position.
Nebulon and I'll say Nebulon and Rail. Both of you give me history checks.
Not the best, and I'm not the most educated either. But either way, I believe, as far as I'm aware, that's just straight. So that's a 6.
14.
Honestly, it would be shocking if Nebula knew about the world, considering he doesn't really know about himself. So.
Yeah, 15 minus
Rail.
1 for Rail.
Something about that name does tweak something in you. Varum the White. Varum.
I've heard the name before, but it's not coming to me. Give me the night to recollect my thoughts, and maybe something will come to me. It's just the things are a bit of a blur right now.
As you guys are having this conversation, you guys see the large hulking form of the bugbear barman sort of like walks over towards the table and goes, "Hey, howdy, hey, folks. Gonna get you all any more drinks? Some food, maybe a room or what?"
I'll
How many
take-
rooms are available?
I got 2 at the minute.
I mean, we could take the 2.
Wait, I just
I'd
want to ask.
recommend, if you're looking for a nice night's rest, and perhaps all of you staying in the one room in the suite would be better.
I mean,
We do have the captain's suite available right now.
What's the price on the captain's suite?
Wait, guys, can I just ask you first? Do we want to maybe go back to the Harper place tonight? Because they said that the High Harper is gonna be there, right?
right.
Keep your
Maybe
voice
Might-
down.
just-
It's going to say it might be worth not mentioning that publicly, just to be on the safe
Sorry,
side.
but if you're looking for the harp player, he only comes on the 4th and the 6th day of the week.
Oh,
That's
what
all
a
right.
shame.
That's unfortunate.
I was hoping you
It's
could play
okay.
the lute with it.
He's
never
pretty
mind.
good. Well, he was better before he lost those 2 fingers, but he's still pretty good.
Oh,
I mean,
Good.
hey, as long as it's still good, you know?
Yeah.
did you switch hands then? Or
No,
okay.
Either way, right?
That-
I think we should.
just Salsa gets on with it. You're interested in the captain's suite? It's 5 gold pieces for the evening.
We'll take
Consider it. We'll come back to you in a moment, please.
We'll take it. and
Okay.
I'll have 4 meads for myself as well.
Okay, you want them brought here or to the room?
Yeah, bring them to me, and in fact, bring 4 here, leave 2 in the room.
Okay,
Do you
I'll be
also
back
wanna
soon.
Just
I'll
it's-
sidebar Quill for a second. Quill, do you believe that you could give us some sort of access to get back to the upper city? Is that possible?
Well, from what Onthar said, that this badge should get us through the gate, if nothing else. So I think that we can get
Right.
back up with relative ease, but I think there's a conversation to be had. Where's more dangerous, here or the upper city? After all, that's
almost-
where they all got attacked.
I mean, to be fair, and on top of which, I believe that me and you now have targets on our back at the very least. So perhaps the lower city is for the best, for the time being.
I think that you might be right there.
Right, I think we should definitely stay in the same room. I don't need a bed. I could just meditate, and I will probably get up to something else. In the 4 hours, I will be awake. So I can try to get a head start onto finding where Rhaenyra is, and we'll go from there, I suppose.
And as for me, if I have to sleep on the floor, that's fine, especially if there's a fireplace inside.
We need to check in with the hard players at some point, right? No.
We
Or
could
what do you
potentially
guys
do that
think?
in the morning. I think that right now the city is quite tense. Any movement
Yeah,
right now
no,
risks
okay.
Going out into the outer city might not be the wisest move. It's chaos down here. It might be worse out there.
That is true. I mean, we all.
There's
saw
no
how the
chance I will
others-
be able to do that right now.
Is there
You
any
can
way
just
we can
like,
help?
Where are them damn meats?
A few minutes later, the bugbear sort of returns, and he's got like 4 meads. He's got his finger in each bottle, sort of like places them on the table. You see as he pops out these sort of like big, sort of dirty fingers. It's with a boom. Here you go. Here's the mead. Here's the keys. Up the stairs, second left.
Rail's just gonna look at the grubby finger marks on the bottle and look towards Quill. Can you do that thing you do?
You see, he just sort of like holds the amulet and waves a prestidigitation and cleans the bottles.
And I'll take one of the meads, but I'll leave the rest in the middle of the table in case anyone does want one. But Rail does plan to drink them all if you don't.
Go ahead. I think you need it tonight. No offense.
The first one's already down the gullet.
I'll say, are you guys retiring to the captain's suite?
After my 4 meads, yeah.
Come on, let's get you
Rail,
up.
roll me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
We can do it as like
I'm
a
just
road
gonna
meet
fail it.
too.
Cool. Rail is belligerent, and Vilka and Nebulon have to carry him upstairs.
Look, I'm not very good at this. Could you take more of the weight, please? Jesus.
Okay, I
Your
got
armor
this.
is very heavy.
As you guys sort of like make your way up the stairs, you head towards the door, and you see like a porthole window in a large sort of like wooden door. You sort of open it up in place, and you can see what appears to be in the sort of like bow of the ship, what looks like, for lack of a better term, a sort of like wide open space. You can see like a dirty sort of like shag carpet on the floor, a set of windows sort of like looking out onto the harbor proper, sort of a bay window. You can see that there are no beds in this room. There is a series of what looks like 12 hammocks that are all kind of like laid out, sort of like ship sailor style. Don't look massively comfortable. They've all got like scrunched up like rags to like makeshift pillow. A small sort of like fireplace burns in the corner of the room, and a large sort of like open space with a table and chairs around it. And you can see 2 bottles of mead sort of like set on the table.
Ooh, power.
Rail will go and pick up the other 2 meads while he'll fumble over, stumble over, probably knock one over in the midst of it, and then
Don't you think you have had enough, Rail?
Rail looks at you with the singular eye left and immediately looks down to the bottle and starts drinking.
I have an extra beer if you want. I didn't like it very much.
And then while everyone's getting set down for the night, he's gonna head over to one of the walls, slump himself down, and he's gonna run his hand over the blade, knowing that that was the last thing that Renar had before he was taken. And he'll dig into his pocket, rip out the parchment with all the names on, and he's gonna add Renar's name to the list of the missing.
And as you guys all begin to settle down for the evening, is anyone staying up? Is anyone going to keep watch? Is there anything anyone would like to do before you guys call it an evening?
I'd say Kyra's just doing what she usually does, and that's study.
Nebulon, if you want to go to sleep at some point, you can wake me up so there's someone looking out.
To be honest, I think I might have a good approach on this. Usually when I'm meditating, I'm semi-conscious, if that's even a thing. I can kind of still get a gathering of my surroundings, so you can all sleep peacefully.
nice.
I've got a thing for that.
Are you sure?
Positive. I could definitely keep an eye.
Maybe just to be safe, we barricade the door.
I mean, that's not a bad idea, actually. And if you want to take it in shifts where both of us are up, or 2 at a time, I don't mind that either. We'll get the door barricaded, though. I'll take a little look around, see if there's
Easy.
anything that could be
Yeah,
barricaded.
I'd say it's
I'm
easy enough to
guessing-
sort of like push the table and the chairs over towards the door and just sort of like shimmy it underneath so it jams the door.
Any
closed.
windows?
There's like a large bay window looking out onto the dock, yeah, but it is slightly, you are slightly raised.
Okay. Alright. When I'm in my meditative stance, I will face that direction, just to be on the safe side.
Does it look like anyone can see us from outside the windows? Like, is there any other anything on the opposite side that can look in, or?
Just a sort of like just a sort of like small portcullis looking window in the door.
So it doesn't seem super risky.
No. So to put it into context for you guys are kind of like in the back of the ship, as it were, that's sticking like out, and it's like the back has the window that's kind of like ceiling to floor, where you would look out towards the back of the ship.
Does anyone need to do anything? I'm going to begin my meditative ritual.
Yeah, is there anything anyone would like to do before you guys call it for a long rest?
I'm just studying.
I think Vilka would try to rest, but probably not being able to do so. He's probably gonna do just like a short rest, and he's gonna just stay in the corner and like look over where Rael is from time to time towards the others.
Serena's also gonna send sad looks over to Rael, thinking like, maybe now he wants to come over and make me look at his eye, but apparently not. So
Mara's also occasionally like glancing up at him from a book. You know, make sure like he's okay. And in fact, still alive.
Vilka, are you choosing to forego your long rest?
I'm okay with just a short rest.
You do take a level of exhaustion for not taking a long rest.
Oh shit. Okay then.
You'll
think about that, huh?
stubbornly into
I
the
said
sleep.
I'm not gonna like change my choice.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do? Or can we move into Nebulon's long rest? Or Nebulon's misdeeds, as it were?
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Nebulon. What would you like to do during the evening of rest?
I think the first thing Nebulon would do is he would, sort of, as he's watching his compatriots sort of settle down in the hammocks, he'll cross his legs, he'll pull out various different objects, he'll pull out his sort of star journal, he'll set up his portable telescope and aim it towards the out window. It won't do much good as he sort of looks in and out, and he'll close his journal. He'll then pull out he'll make sure that his compatriots are asleep at this point for the first hour, I think, and he'll pull out the small necklace or the locket that he has, and he'll place it on the ground in front. At which point then he will just go into his trance for the first 4 hours to try and get his long rest. He's going to go into a semi-conscious state and attempt to just concentrate on the star constellations in his head. So
And as the night sort of begins to pass by, you guys continue to hear like the rowdiness from down below. As you move into like the very early hours of the morning, you eventually hear it begin to settle down to a more dull murmur. Nebula,
After
is there anything
the-
else you would like to do?
perfect timing. I was going to say, after the 4 hours, I think I would awaken from my trance. I will sort of like pluck the amulet back, and I'll sort of pocket it again. And then I'll take a little look around, make sure my companions are all still safe and sound. Do they seem okay?
Yep.
I think what I'll do then is I will take a little look out over to the bay window, and I'll just see if I can take a little look at the city streets at large, just as a general observation. He'll try to see if he can see something, maybe just anything that seems to be going amiss at this time of night, or morning, I should say.
Roll me a perception check.
13 plus 6, 19.
Incredible.
So sorry, plus 5, 18. Let's get used to that.
Respect.
Give me 2 seconds. Cool. As you're sort of looking out, I'll say that you're kind of repurposing the telescope in such a way as to kind of use it as a bit of a spyglass on the city streets. You kind of
like that,
like
that's good.
zoom down to magnification and begin to like look around. What was your perception check?
18 in total.
Cool. So, on an 18, as you're sort of like looking around, you have a reasonably good view of the harbour. You can see this sort of like large ornamental building. Seems like this sort of like circular temple to some kind of oceanic god or goddess, you're unsure. In addition, you see this sort of like regal building which has the structure of like a bank. But the thing that catches your particular interest, Nebulon, as you're looking out in the early morning, you can see the dawn breaking over the harbour, fishermen beginning to come and like see to their evening of rest, come to their morning and their work, sort of like pulling up anchor from the ship, sort of like tending to sails and things like that. You notice what looks like a stone ornamental building. You can see that there's a courtyard sort of like just towards the front of it. And through your telescope, you sort of zoom in and see the signpost reading the Baldur's Mouth. And you see a figure that you recognize from earlier in the evening. You see a small gnomish woman. You can see that she's in conversation with what appears to be a halfling gentleman. You can see he has a long sort of hooked nose that almost like hangs over his lips slightly. You can see he has these sort of like beady little like brown eyes and thick bushy eyebrows. You can see he's wearing like what looks almost like a little pinstripe suit, as it were, but like it's got like tails on it, and you can see like a little sort of like open bow tie shirt where it looks like he's been out all night partying. You can see like thinning sort of brown hair over the top of it, and you can see that they're like in a tense conversation. You can see that she's pointing to what appears to be a clipboard with some kind of picture on it, and he is sort of going,
Interesting.
but you recognize this as the reporter from the Baldur's Mouth who was speaking to Melissa earlier in the evening.
Interesting. Okay. I think once Nebulon has done this, he's going to... He's going to say, I think you've rested long enough, my friend. And I will click my fingers, and then just out from that sort of astral pocket, I'll say Luminari reappears. Have you forgiven me yet, my friend?
You can see her head sort of like turns on a spiral, and you get the intention that we're good.
All right. I need your help. And this time, no toxic gas, as far as I'm aware. No promises. Would you mind flying down there? And I'll point genuinely down there towards that sort of area. I'll sort of close my eyes and try and picture the same thing that I've just seen with the telescope. Would you mind having a little fly down? And just take a little look from a bird's eye view. You're the best person for the job, Luminari. I believe in you. I'll sort of caress her beak a little bit. You got this.
Cool.
And I'll sort of... Can the bay window open?
I'll say that you open
Yeah.
one of the window hatches and sort of like send her out, and she sort of like flies over and sort of... Are you sending her towards the Baldur's Mouth, towards the two of them
Roughly
having this
speaking,
conversation?
yeah, but I'll keep it somewhat high in the sky for now, and I think at least until 120 feet, I'll roll my eyes back and just follow her track until that point.
Cool. Amazing. And as you do, you sort of like soar over the general vicinity of Baldur's Gate. You're only a couple of like streets over in terms of like distance, so you're probably towards the like end precipice of where your vision would cut out. But you can just sort of like begin to see them coming into view, and she's sort of like circling over top of Baldur's Mouth.
If I'm still in control of her, I'll attempt to try and telepathically link to get her to get closer, if possible, to land on one of the nearby ledges.
Yeah, I'll say that she sort of like lands on the parapet of the Baldur's Mouth sort of like building, just sort of like about 10 feet above where these two are having their conversation.
Can I attempt to listen in?
Roll a perception check for me.
Through Luminari?
Yes, but it is your wisdom, so it's straight.
Cool, that's right. Natural 20.
Let's go.
Incredible. I was going to give you half a conversation as well. But on a natural 20, I'll honor it.
You break the fourth wall. I'm kidding.
Outstanding. I'm ready with the notes. I'm ready.
You can see that the woman sort of like speaking. Lucius, I am telling you, there's something fishy going on with that new Duke. I don't think anybody doubts that at all, do they? Let's be real, Glimmer. At the end of the day, this man's come from nowhere. As I said, I did a bit of digging into him back in Waterdeep. I spoke with Victor Castellanter. He doesn't have a brother. He doesn't know of any other heirs to the Castellanter family. By all intents and purposes, Lazaro Castellanter doesn't exist, as far as anybody knows. So why all of a sudden come and take over Baldur's Gate? Well, I don't think it's any secret that the Scale Society has something to do with it. I think we all know this. And again, where did they come from? Well, yesterday, before Lazaro spoke, when Valum the White was on stage, I think he's talking a lot about reconstituting. And I don't know if you noticed, but the thing that keeps slipping through the cracks is this redeployment of Flaming Fist. Yes, they're taking them out of the outer city and parts of the lower city, but they're sending them north. North to where? Yeah, I think it's fair to say probably north to whoever their new benefactor is. It's not like this think tank is giving them free reign, is it? They're paying to get him in power to get something in response. And if I had to guess, it's probably the military force of the Flaming Fist. So what would a political think tank want with 500 Flaming Fist soldiers? It's anybody's guess, isn't it? I mean, I have to depart back to Waterdeep in a few days. It's been a rather fruitful visit, though. I'm sure that the people of Waterdeep would love to hear the juicy goss. And make sure you send me a pigeon if you find anything else out. Yes? Of course, Lucius. And watch out for that road, it's dangerous. Well, I'll be going up through the Eastway expeditions as normal, making my way safely in a caravan, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'll see if I can find any big, strong people to help protect me. Yeah.
This is Glimmer saying this.
That's the Lucius, the gentleman that she's speaking to.
Okay.
Well, Lucius, make sure that you're being careful. That is a dangerous road. Don't worry. I'm well-travelled, Glimmer. Well, we should probably go before people start coming to the streets, but I'll meet you here tomorrow again. See what you can find out, and I'll do a little digging of my own. Right. And you see the two of them sort of shake hands and part ways.
And his name is Losfius?
Losfius, she seemed to refer to him as.
Got it. Perfect. I've got that down. Thank you very much. Luminario, I think myself and Luminario will effectively intertwinably feeling that sense of accomplishment, at which point I don't even think Luminario needs to think of my command. She'll just fly back at that point, satisfied with the outcome. And as she sort of lands back, I will go into my sort of knapsack and I will pull out some of her favorite kind of mini treats, dried up bits of seed and various bits of dried meats. You did an amazing job, Luminati.
She sort of takes them and sort of begins to eat them, and I'll say, as this is happening, you can all mark down a long rest with the exception of Vilka, and you all begin to slowly stir awake.
And I will say, right as Cairo wakes up, I will cast Mage Armor on myself, and then and then use an Arcane Recovery to get that back.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll also cast Mage Armor on myself. I will throw out a small bead of starlight, almost like I'll close my eyes and be like, come on, and you'll sort of see some stars just go over my chest. I'm like, that's better.
Guys, nothing's gonna happen to him, so why are you prepping like that?
It's a precaution. It's always the case.
You never
As
know.
Vale stares behind you.
We could
goes,
die from tripping.
Speak for yourself. This is a dangerous place.
Sorry, that was Simone, by the way, but sure. We'll say that. I'm sure it will.
Just out of curiosity, to Kyra,
Do you want me to take a look?
Nebulon, and
Okay.
yeah, take a look. But there is one thing I want to ask of you. All three of you use magic, correct?
Yes,
A
we do.
dabble, I guess.
Can you find things with magic?
Oh,
Oof.
yes, we can.
I mean,
Or I can, at least.
That-
I
The only thing I know is they took my greatsword.
Was
They-
there...
They struck me down with my own weapon. But
Okay.
they took it with
let
them. I
me-
don't know if they still have it, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, let me ask you this. Was it infused with any magical...
No, it was just my greatsword.
I don't think I could do that.
Then I don't think I
sorry.
could either if it wasn't infused with anything.
Quill? Anything?
I'm sorry, buddy. I don't think I've got anything that can help.
Thanks.
maybe we can ask the Harpers when we get there. There's a chance they might be interested in getting that information too.
There's a good chance, but thanks anyway, guys. Looks like
I mean, I'm really sorry, Rael.
don't be.
I mean, I think we need to have a discussion about what we want to do today. I think it's fair to say that possibly splitting up's not the safest thing to do after yesterday.
You know.
Well, we need all eyes and ears, and we're down one, so.
Well,
Eyes and ears. I will. Sorry to interrupt. I'll, at that point, then I'll just relay the information I heard overnight and mention specifically that there is another job offering going potentially to a gentleman called Losfius.
Losfius.
Yes, that was the name that I heard from that glimmer. It appears to be that reporter that I overheard.
is that the
before.
reporter from last night? From
Yes,
Balder's
that's the
mouth?
one. Yes, apparently the half-elf that she was speaking to, Losfius, needs some form of protection.
Halfling, sorry.
Halfling, my apologies. Halfling needs protection.
What is a ling, and how do you be half of it? Anyways, sorry.
Well, it seems to me that we've got a few different ways that we can approach this. I mean, we could focus on getting hired onto caravans. From what we've been told by Onthar, the cult will be arriving tomorrow morning, so we probably want to be hired on before then. In
Great.
addition, there's trying to find Renard. I don't know where we'd even start with that. Do we want to go speak to Onthar's contact, maybe in Blackgate, or maybe we go and see if we can get in touch with Jahira back at Dance Hall and Stance and Axe? I mean, there's a
have a
lot
lot.
of different ways we could go.
We have a lot of options, but as much as I want to find Renard, there are bigger things afoot. Things we need to prepare for.
I have a theory that we'll find Renard as we are attempting to do other things, and it seems as if things align quite well.
I was going to say, if there's any time where he needs to be loud, it's now.
He's good at that.
They're not gonna kill him either, right? I mean, they wanted him alive, so.
Well,
If they want him alive, then they'll probably use him as a bargaining chip, given how much he talks about his father.
they can't use him. Renard was cut off by his father.
Yeah.
We were talking about it before. You know.
How many people know that, though, is the question.
Yeah, they might
Flaming
still think.
Fist still treated him like royalty.
That's true.
Might not be popular knowledge yet.
Do you think he might be in danger if they do find out that he's?
If they
Broke.
find
The
out,
question is, would they want to keep it hush hush?
well,
Well, he
Because I
did
know.
say yesterday that he was stupid enough to dabble with the Black Network. Do you think there could be a link there?
most definitely, actually, knowing Renard.
What network? Oh, I'm not sure
There's
everyone would have heard of that.
Good spot, Vilka.
The Zentarim Nebulon. There.
Oh, right. Okay.
Either way, we have plans. I think the first thing we should do is prepare this caravan, and then spend the rest of the time doing what we need to try and find Renard before we leave, if we can find him.
Yes.
With the addition of what Nebulon has shared to us, there's another job that I could get us hired on. A fellow came to the tavern last night.
Oh,
Is it regarding that one person who I
The
came
man
up-
that said to meet at the tavern down in Eastway.
Oh, right, him.
so we have at least 2 potential caravans we can get. That would probably house us all.
And it seems like that they're both gathering at the Eastway expeditions. That seems to be where most of the caravans are hiring on.
And they're all going north.
Well, they'll be
To
head-
the
Do
same
you think there'll be a lot of Flaming Fist caravans as well? Considering
Apparently,
that
they're all
what you
heading
heard
north.
no
Who
Well,
knows? There might be time before they get sent away. These things don't tend to go through government that quickly. It'll be slow.
500. Oh, my apologies. Yes, 500 men. It could be a while before they mobilize that kind of troop, I suppose.
It just makes me fear that if it is... Well, it is probably the Cult of the Dragon. What have they got in mind with extra manpower? Are they planning on raiding something larger?
They already
Well,
got a lot of money, now they're getting a lot of people.
Onthar said that with the current state of the cult, that, you know, there's no way that they could raid Neverwinter or Baldur's Gate with 500 Flaming Fist mercenaries and a dragon or 2. It's a
And
very,
they
very
definitely have more
different
dragons
situation.
coming.
We should
That's a very different situation.
we should stop by the postal service. We should get a message back to oh, forgive me, I forgot his name now. What was the letter?
Onthar.
Onthar, yeah. I'll get a pigeon back to Onthar. Let him know what we found out.
Do we maybe try and get in to see Duke Ravengard as well?
I mean, if they
But what are the chances we can
From-
get in to see the Duke, especially if he's in such critical condition?
From what people are
Which
saying,
is
he's
odd.
he's the only
I
person
just-
that would speak out and stop stuff like this going through government. But
I mean,
But he's
you
currently
think they would, like-
incapacitated.
Kick in someone like a healer to heal him.
Oh, how convenient that we have one of those.
But I mean, I'm probably not fancy enough that I would get anyone's attention, but
You do your best.
you could help.
So,
well,
the plan.
we've got today, we've got tomorrow, and then they'll be leaving the day after that. So really, we've got 2 full days, today and tomorrow.
Okay, 48 hours.
In that case, I have a
Yeah.
suggestion. Today we could go across the city, try to gain access to some job offers. We might even come across a couple more. Then, if we need to purchase anything, I believe any of the places that maybe we need to restock with supplies will be open. And we might then, by the evening time, try to find the Duke or Jahira. That could be our
Yeah.
plan of action today,
I think
perhaps.
the workers are very important. So the network of all this information being gathered by all these people, I think they would really benefit from hearing what we have found, what you guys have found, really. But
Yeah, it's for the
Should do it
best.
as well.
If we're
So
silenced
many-
on this, that's the end of it. So we need the information as soon as possible.
so, should we go find some jobs?
Agreed.
Priority 1.
Yeah.
Let's get
I already
let's
have
get hired
one.
on.
Agreed. Right.
At least we secure our position. Then we have to think about the High Harper and Duke Ravengard. They have saved the city before with the crisis of the Absolute. Maybe, if we can get anything from them, they will help us save yet other cities.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, let's go find. So let's first things first break it down. How many places of opportunity do we have? Also, I'll pull out my journal. See if I can compile a few notes. List them out. Let's
There
compile
is
this.
a man
All
saying
of
to
them,
me
like,
Eastway said they could probably hire 3 people total, at least pay just for 1. It just depends how many of us we want to split.
I say we get in pairs. I think that might be a good option.
I think that's a
way-
good idea. I think we should try and disperse ourselves. We don't all want to be working for the same place.
It
Agreed.
would be less conspicuous.
I think it might be worth pairing maybe spellcasters with. Not to sound offensive to anyone, but I'm also fall in this boat. Up close and personal is not exactly my forte. Also,
I
turn to
think,
Kyra.
Nebulon, you can heal and I can heal. We should definitely be separate. Not that I don't like you, obviously. I would love to hang out with you, but
That's a
but
good idea.
maybe
Well,
as
I
we
can
spread out
cause
our
damage.
You could probably
could-
get hired as a doctor as well.
Mhm.
I
What
mean,
do we try it like this? Vilka, you seem to already have an expertise at this kind of thing. It almost seems prevalent that you go solo on this one. I mean, so you've already got job offers left, right, and center. Perhaps we could try it where we have.
maybe we should. I mean, I think we should get someone along with Vilka though. Potentially.
Well, one
So
of
that
them
no
will
one's
need some
left alone.
strong arms, right? Two warriors of some sorts.
Vilka and Rael are probably the two most inconspicuous people in the group in terms of getting hired on, so dispersing those two might be smart just in case any of the rest of us get made.
I mean,
Might be
yeah,
worth-
probably. I feel like Vilka could probably just like slide one of us in by being like, "Sure, this person needs to come too. This
Well,
is my buddy or something."
how about we try it like this? Rael and let's say Serena. How about Kyra? Why don't you go with Vilka? Quill, we could pair up together. Try it that way.
I mean,
Seems like a good idea.
Kyra will
keep
like
your head
Also
on
start with the
swivel.
most solid job offers, and then see who gets an offer, and see if anyone's left behind. That will look for more options.
Agreed. I think if we get a little bit of a basis, we can try to hire in pairs if we can. And if not, we can rearrange, but I think that could work.
Do we need a
So-
meeting place? Oh, well, we meet back here. Right.
I think that we should
Well, we
stay
go together. I agree. We'll go together, but we got a rough idea.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea, Nebulon, what you said. Let's list out points of contact, people that we need to see, things that
Agreed.
places we can go.
Does this go for any contact that any of us have gotten?
There is
Well,
also
anywhere
another
that might be
contact.
anywhere that might be worth going to see or going to speak to or what.
If
Well,
we
we
need
need
to
to-
gather in.
I will say this just for the sake of brevity, guys. I'll say there is a map of Baldur's Gate on the wall of this room, so you guys can see everything that's on this map on Roll20. Just for the sake of brevity, so we don't have to go around asking people where things are and things of that nature.
Right. So now
I-
that we've got the map. Oh yes, Rail, carry on, of
I
course.
think I know who to report Renar's missing to as well. He had a friend here, remember?
Yeah.
He was going to get
And he's a
us.
caravan manager.
Yeah,
Winston Hull-Hollin.
Yeah.
Winston. We should
I
try
think
and
I
find
wrote it
Winston.
down where his house is
So that's
in
also
my notes
another
that I don't
potential
want to check right
contact.
now.
I think the sooner we get information about Renar's disappearance, the better. But I also don't want to put too much pressure on his disappearance. It might make them more agitated and rash.
Okay, so there's the Eastway expeditions for work. There's
Lots
Winston.
part of that. Yes.
There
Yeah,
might also be merchants at the Wide. Someone mentioned that at some point.
the more higher
That's
ranking
not
merchants.
bullshit.
Yeah, there's
Right. Did you keep Renat's signet I gave you before?
I checked my person. Do I still have Renar's signet?
Yep.
Well, assuming you've kept it, you should have it, yeah.
Yeah, I still have it. Yeah.
Then maybe,
I didn't know
without
if they took it
raising
off
too
there.
much concern, then you can show it to your Rena's contact. That way you would know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
maybe.
you're right.
Do you think he would think we just stole it though? No, right. Kyle is a reliable guy. This will be fine.
So we've got Winston Hull-Hollin and this Lordspheres that you were talking about, Nebulon. Both of those
I've-
seemingly Eastway expeditions.
They are. I've also got this on my notes. It looks like the cult itself is actually quite interested in yourself, Vilka. Also, we have a half-elf man that has seemingly also wanted you, Vilka. So that could also be an option.
That's the Eastway guy, the half elf.
Great.
Long hair.
Perfect. Lost
We've
Fears.
got two Harper contacts that we can get in touch with. There's Akin Celebon, the guy that Onthar was talking about up in the north at the Black Gate.
Black
There's Jahira back at Danthalon's Dancing Axe on Worm's Crossing. There's this assassin job that you possibly have been raised with the cult itself, Vilka.
Maybe there's even the Kyra, the creepy Kyra dude.
Yeah.
There's even that.
But the most secure ones are probably Vilka's, like, admirer and the thing that Nebulon heard, right? Those two seem the most inconspicuous because they already sort of are looking for people.
The other person that we could think about maybe speaking to Nebulon if we need it, that Lorokan seems like he's quite clued in on what's going on in the city.
Hold on,
He could find
Lorokan?
something.
Kyra, if she does know of him, if
Yes,
I
he was.
need to-
He was quite interesting, quite arrogant, but you know it.
Should
They all
I-
seemed arrogant at that pub, so you know.
Asking the DM here, do I need to roll a history check, or would I already know
What
about
for?
Lorokan?
Roll me a history check.
Oh boy! Yay! Don't fail me, please. That's a 20, dirty 20.
Cool. You would know that he's kind of a well-regarded mage. He's the owner of Sorcerer Sundries, one of the more famous magic shops on the coast.
Okay. Well, I know of him. I've heard many a wizard.
He's an
Talk about
eccentric
him.
guy.
Very, very eccentric. Some people say that he's a bit too eccentric for their tastes. Bit of an asshole, at least from what I've heard. And
Wrong.
some even say possibly you can't trust him as far as you can throw him with, which, let's be honest, is not far.
He wanted to dissect me.
What?
You know. Yes, I know. It was a little bit of a thing. Ignore it. It's fine.
How can I ignore what?
Well,
He was
that's not
fascinated.
very nice, I think. Maybe we should, like, not deal with that guy.
I mean, if he's
worst case, he'll send us,
hiring-
like, in a caravan and body parts.
Worst
mean, if
case
he's
is worse,
hiring-
Vilka will dissect him back. Or I can't speak for you,
Yeah.
Vilka.
Though if it's any consolation, if he is looking to hire people, maybe I could take your place, Nebulon. No offense, but
I mean, please,
It
if you would
might be
like,
worth- It might be worth just trying to barter for information from him.
could well be.
yeah.
He knows a lot already about certain. I won't mention the thing for Quill in this instance. I'll just look and pause for a second. But he knows a lot about a lot of us. But
Wait, he knows about us?
well, he knows about me. He seems to know a lot about the city, so
And
might be worth trying, I suppose. All right,
if
let me
he
think.
likes eccentric things, then
He does.
We might not need to contact all of these people depending on how the first few attempts go, so
Right,
should we
See how we get on.
just
Agreed.
go start the process and see where we get?
Eastway
I suppose.
Expeditions.
Yes. See, I agree. Let's head there
That's
first.
the little dude, right?
Incredible. And as you guys sort of like gather your things and begin to prepare for the day, the tangled web of Baldur's Gate having fully enveloped you all, you awaken to your first morning in the city. And we'll go ahead and pick up there next week.
all right.